when we last left off, you guys had left the town of Nuln after getting some basic supplies and returned to the town of Grisdenwald, which is currently suffering from some sort of supply shortage specific around fuels and coal due to a mine nearby known as the Black Peaks that apparently has run dry. And the dwarves that were living there had established the mine 30 years ago, claimed that they were swindled out of their inheritance by a wizard by the name of Helga, who is also, coincidentally, somebody that you guys have been looking for. According to them, the wizard tricked them, paid them money for the mine, convinced them to build her a tower, and then she moved in, and they got kicked out, and then realized their mistake because they claimed gold exists in the mine somewhere, and they didn't make enough money off of it. So now they are living in the slum section of Grisdenwald, causing trouble, getting drunk, and otherwise causing issues around the region. And current belief from all the locals is that they have been causing sabotage and vandalism to nearby village or nearby farmers surrounding the mine site up in the hills. So you guys have now returned to Grisdenwald for whatever purposes you have, much to the annoyance of the wizard who wanted to spend a few more days in Nuln, despite the fact that there is obviously some indication that the authorities in Nuln are aware of the desire of the Church of Sigmar to speak to you, at least in the presence of witch hunters, etc. So there are a number of people that are apparently actively searching for you, so you felt it best not to stick around Nuln too long.
Yeah. So they had gone and talked to the sheriff in this town when we got back, and then when they're done with that, I was headed down to talk to the dwarf.
Okay. And did we already talk to the sheriff? I thought we had.
We had.
Okay.
We already talked
I wasn't
to
sure
him.
if you were done.
Is there anything else you wanted to ask him, or anything?
He was just a racist asshole, if I remember right.
Yeah, and they all got beat up really bad.
He got beat up by the dwarfs when he went to question them and bring them in. And according to him and all the locals, the dwarfs are the cause of the problem. According to the local view, they were paid a fair price for the mine, and now they're just grumbling and upset about it because they don't think they made enough.
Do we want to take one of the dwarves with us for navigating the mines if we have to go?
I'm trying to get them all to come with us to go.
That would be
her.
much gooder.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that's my goal.
Who was I going with?
Dude, you're gonna break
You
my
went with
ankle,
them.
dog.
You went with them.
I've got it like my ankle like this on the thing, and he keeps putting all of his weight bending my foot in a weird
That was the last time I knew. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember how we all split up.
I was headed down by myself.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty certain you went to the sheriff.
Yeah, I went to the sheriff, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I think Ben did as well.
Yeah, I took him with me for
Yeah.
authority reasons.
All the soldiers.
Okay, so you were heading down to the dwarven
Good times.
Kazid Slumgall.
That's right.
That's right.
But before I go, I'm purchasing a cask of the
Of the wine that they were drinking, or
same
beer.
they were drinking at the.
Okay.
thing.
Okay. Cost you 4 shillings.
Okay.
We are rich.
Yeah.
So
Few people look up at those comments.
the religious relic I'm wearing,
Which one?
the Nail of Aquinas.
Okay.
Which one?
Yeah.
I'm not counting that hammer as a religious relic.
Okay.
I would like to, but I have a
could.
feeling it's not the white religion.
You could.
Lots of pointy stars. So, I'm just writing it down as like, I carry it on
A cord.
a cord around my neck.
Okay. That's fine.
Yes.
I'm doing my inventory and I'm making sure that everything is.
I mean,
where it is.
other than the fact, like I said, it looks like a railroad spike as far as size. It doesn't, at a casual glance at it, it doesn't look like anything unusual or different. It's just an old worn.
Pretty decent
It's a very big spike. Yeah, it was like I said. It was used to specifically crucify one of the 3 nails that were used to crucify Aquinas at the time.
So it looks pretty awkward that I'm wearing it around my neck.
Not so much for a war priest of Sigmar. I mean, anything ostentatious like that would be not out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Did you make a hammer out of it?
Did you go get another box?
Can you melt it down and reforge it? Sure.
No, by like
Several boxes.
effectively
I would
just
share with you.
having a smithy put a handle on it. Using
It's
it
not
as-
that big. I mean,
It's
you
a
could.
railroad spike, so like a temporary. Like a,
Sure, you could turn it into a weapon if you really wanted to. If you want to alter it.
Kind of takes away the whole relic idea of it.
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, that you're right. I think it's the wrong religion. I mean, it's a Sigmar hammer, so yeah.
We'll see.
It's
We'll
the
see.
wrong religion.
We'll see how Sean screws me over with that hammer.
Probably.
I mean, the only time I've not once successfully cast Sigmar's hammer with it.
Okay.
Have I? Not once.
Just wait.
With.
Well, yeah, you never cast it before. Well, never successfully.
Well,
cast
ever
it.
since you found it, your spells have been more powerful.
Just wait till you try and catch Sigmar's torn comments.
Damn it.
Yeah, at that point.
All you have to do is embrace the hammer.
You just called down more sleep.
I'm gonna drop the hammer.
Okay. So you get your cask of beer from the tavern, and then you head down to Glumgol.
Dip said he was going to tag along.
Okay, I thought Dip had gone to the sheriff's.
No,
No,
no.
Okay.
Jeremy and
I happen to interrupt. Sorry to interrupt, but do you have Giselle's character?
I do not have
Okay.
Sorry.
She's banking all this XP now.
That's
by it.
Take pictures. Stop your schoolwork. Take pictures of Giselle and send it to me. I'm not going to do that to her. This is what she's studying right now. Because that means I can buy nicer books as time goes on, and she does really well on this test.
That's right. That's the important part. Okay. You head down there. It's on the side of the town. The buildings here are obviously dilapidated, worn out, mostly abandoned. And as you come around the corner, it looks like several of them have been boarded up, creating sort of an open courtyard between them. There's maybe a dozen dwarfs sitting around in various states of dirt and grime. Several of them are drinking. It's early afternoon at this point. They look up at you, and as you step into the courtyard, the less drunk ones get to their feet. The other ones are a bit slower doing so, but they all get up, picking up a variety of hammers, sticks, crowbars, etc., and slowly start moving over towards you. They don't seem happy to see you.
Do I see the two from the bar the night before?
Give me a perception check.
That's where you just go like this and check your guns.
His gun.
He just has 2 guns strapped to his biceps. Just,
Oh, that'll do. You said perception?
Mm-hmm.
133.
Okay. Yeah, a couple of you think the two of them are in the back of the crowd. A couple of the buildings around here still look like they're being used, but one of them looks a bit more, not necessarily ornate given the general quality, but seems to be more decorated with dwarven graffiti, artwork, craftsmanship, etc. More like where their leader would be, type thing. They're hanging out over there, just sort of keeping an eye on the crowd of dwarfs as they move in towards you.
So I motion towards them and hold the barrel above my head. I say, friends, I've brought more. I'd like to talk to you.
Well, you've been talking to our welcoming wagon there first.
All right.
A couple of them step forward, tapping their hammer against their hand. Say, "What are you doing here, human?"
I am here to help you guys reclaim your home. And I set the barrel down, and I take the 2 cups and set them on top. Get ready to start filling them.
Give me a charm test.
I love how these dwarves are from like Cos, Texas.
Mhm.
They have like
I'm gonna
this
go ahead
deep
and
Texan
reroll right off the bat
accent.
today.
What's that?
Very good.
Yeah, use reroll.
Oh, reroll. Use them up.
Oklahoma.
That's right.
78.
All down and out dwarves come from Oklahoma.
I know a few.
78.
78. Couple of them look at the barrel, look at the cup, then semi-sleepily look back up at you. Says, "You think we're drunks? You trying to bribe us? What kind of a insult do you think this is?" And they start spreading around, sort of a half circle around you.
Well, I'm more than happy. I was hoping to get you guys back in your home. I heard about what
We
it was.
don't
Your
need
friends
no
told me.
charity of a human.
This is no
Fancy
charity.
pants, all this wealth you got here. If you're going to do something serious, why don't you go back and talk to the town and get them to get us our mine?
Well, the town seems stupid.
Why don't
As do you.
Why don't we go?
Well, I believe you. Where the town is a bunch of fools, I believe you.
The,
And
fir-
I think I can help.
the first one, or one of them, takes a lunge at you and gives you a shove.
I dodge.
Okay. Give me, let's see.
Dodge.
What's your... Sure, just give me a dodge roll.
Okay. Man. 117 and 136.
136. Okay, you dance easily out of the way as he shoves you and sort of tumbles over into the dirt. Several of the other dwarves glare at you and say, "Look at him! He's knocking our guys down, man! What are we gonna do about this?" "I think we should smack him in the head. Let's take one of those fancy guns of his."
Oh, well. In that case, is that what'll make... Why did your leader come out here and tell me to leave? You guys aren't the ones that
You're
are in
not
charge.
worthy of our leader.
You're not even in charge. You can't even handle yourself. Intimidation.
Oh,
check.
sure. Give me an intimidation roll.
This happened as a go.
What's the...
Hold on,
I
I'm
ju-
confused. How did this go so south?
I
Did I
just
miss a
think-
roll?
I just
Yeah.
stand there dumb.
His charm wasn't good.
I just
I was
stand
gonna say, I know
there.
he rolled 130 on the first line.
He spotted the guys he was trying to get to, and they said he got to get through the bouncers first.
The bouncers.
And
okay.
and then the charm roll wasn't successful, so he just angered them.
Someone won't shut up, so I must have missed that part
Probably.
Because all of a sudden I'm like, oh man, he's got this, and then... Hell.
What's intimidation? I don't even know.
It should be it's
It is
Intimidate
straight.
is basic skills.
Strength based?
Mm-hmm.
99.
99?
Just a straight strength roll.
Okay, sure. Okay. You shove one of the other dwarfs that sort of lunges at you as well, pushes him back. It doesn't seem to intimidate him. He sort of lets out this low laugh at you. Says, "Man, this manling's weak. We can take him, guys. Let's get him."
I'm just
And-
gonna stand there and watch.
Yeah, you're a little bit further back while they're interacting with him. It looks like about 4 of them are ready to take strikes at you.
I will fast shot and shoot 2 shots directly in the air.
Okay.
Me to pull my pistol and shoot immediately. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shoot one in the air and point the other one at the nearest one.
Okay. So give me another intimidation roll.
Okay.
that's what we needed. Fully gunpowder orbs that are rioting.
128.
Okay. So you pull out the gun, quickly fire a quick blast into the air, aim the other one at the 4 that are sort of menacing at you. They they're a bit startled by the gunfire. Sort of breaks them out of their haze. They pause for a moment and look at you. You can tell that their eyes are a bit red and bloodshot. Their beards are dirty and filled with snacks.
As a man who's had a big beard, yes, I agree.
Things along those lines. Behind them, several of the other dwarves are currently hauling the barrel of beer away with the cups. From the doorway across the way, at the sound of the gunfire, you hear a sober-sounding dwarf call out, Say, lads, let 'em by. Don't need anybody shot today. Don't need any more trouble with the law for killing some manling.
I will put my pistols away.
Okay?
No, I'll put one pistol away, and I'll slowly reload the other one confidently as I walk through them
Okay.
over to Gorham Greathammer, I presume.
Yeah. You head over there. The two that you were previously talking to at the bar stand over there. They sort of glare at you suspiciously. A couple of them, as you're walking through the crowd, they don't move. So give me a... Is there like a athletics or... Give me an athletics roll.
Am I able
For a
to
shoulder
roll
check?
as well since I'm with him?
No, you were standing back, staying out of the fight. That's what you said.
Didn't know that meant I couldn't follow with him.
I'm not saying you can't.
They're like, nope.
Otherwise, I just run up behind him. And
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And 101.
101. Okay. You, with difficulty, force your way through. They're doing the usual thing of like just being a stationary stone and not moving, or actively shouldering you when you try to push past. They don't seem overly happy with either of you being here, but with their leader's instructions, at least, they're letting you go for the time being. As the two of you head over to the building, you can see the dwarves sort of milling about, and then they close the distance, standing just outside the doorway, in case there's any trouble or they get permission to do something. Okay. As you go inside, you hear a crack of wood as they break open the cask and start downing the beer. Inside, the place is dark, filled with smoke from a low fire burning in the center of what otherwise would be like a basement, like this. Like you have a campfire where the coffee table is, just burning and pouring smoke out into the room that's slowly trickling out through the doorway and so forth. Give me a endurance roll.
That is endurance is toughness.
Mhm.
Yep.
Well, specifically, it's toughness based, but there's an endurance skill also.
You have endurance. Okay.
The sailor doesn't have endurance.
I got an 88 also. You know, I have a 24 toughness. It's my lowest skill.
126.
126. Okay. Fairly quickly, you're overcome by coughing, since you're basically standing about halfway up into a cloud of thick smoke from the wood fire. It doesn't smell like a nice campfire. It smells like old rotten wood that they're burning. More trash and debris type stuff. And you start coughing uncontrollably as a result. From the back of the room, you hear a deep voice. Well, come in, stop that coughing. Ain't you used to proper air? What do you want? Don't got all day. Got busy stuff to do.
I step forward, brushing the grime off that they had brushed on me as they ran into me.
Okay.
Gorham, my name is Milton. I've heard of your issues with the townfolk and with your home being stolen.
That's right.
It's
Wizards. Don't trust them.
I absolutely agree.
Not a single one of those wizards are worth their weight in straw.
Well, I've had one save my life once. But you're right. They are few and far between of anyone that's got any gumption in them.
Don't know a single one. Stop that coughing over there. You're disturbing us adults over here. Give me another endurance roll.
Pull together, lay on the floor.
Oh, that's a 99. So
You somewhat control it, sort of like when you're coughing, you go. Oh.
don't be the odd one out. Don't be the odd one out.
He's back there trying his first cigarette.
So we
Puff, give, man.
Just breathe in deep, fresh air.
I heard of the fools that came down here and tried to disrespect your clan, and that's what I'm definitely not here to do. We have a common enemy. This wizard that took your area is also dabbling in chaos magic, and that is our goal, is to remove that. And we know this from letters that we have found. I think we can benefit each other one way or another. You can give us information, or you could even give us physical help. I know what great warriors dwarves are, powerful as you are, and would be more than happy to help you reclaim your home.
What information are you looking for?
Well, we heard that the wizard used the charm spells on you guys to try to steal your home and get you to build a tower for it. Is that correct?
Yep. They tricked us.
Yeah, I totally am. Wizards are trixies.
Every single one of them.
Pretty close.
Why do you keep saying that?
So, what am I forgetting? Go ahead. You can speak as well. You're in here.
No, he's coughing. Every time he opens his mouth, he coughs.
Well, we know that the town folk aren't going to be any help in this. They're fools, as we can tell. They used you guys for the coal, and then once that ran up, they all turned their backs on you. But I believe you guys have a higher purpose, and I'm more than willing to have me and the rest of my crew help reclaim your home. And as long as if you guys can help us find a way in, you guys built a tower. There's got to be an easy way in, maybe.
Yeah, the door.
Well, to a wizard, the door. That's where it.
We didn't. She didn't ask for any secret passages or anything like that. Not that big of a tower.
Is there a lodestone or something that we could remove and bring the whole thing down on her?
A magnet? No.
A lodestone.
Yeah, that's a magnet.
Yeah. It's a magnet?
Yeah, lodestone is a magnetic rock.
I thought the lodestone was what all the different levels go on. That was
No, you're talking about like maybe like an anchor stone or cornerstone. Yeah, cornerstone.
You only have an architecture degree.
That's right.
my guy doesn't.
He's role playing.
It's a stone that holds the load.
Yeah. No, a lodestone is a magnetic rock.
Is there a magnet?
No.
I think lodestones are supposed to be like compasses.
So she stays in the tower, right? She doesn't stay in the mine.
Yeah, she said she wanted us to build her a tower so that she had a place to live. Don't know what she wanted with the mine. It's bound to be she's after our gold.
Well, I don't want anything to do with the gold. I obviously
Good.
have
It's our gold.
Right. Yeah, I'm all for that. So
You go and you remove the wizard, and you prove to the town that we're not behind all these other attacks.
okay.
We'll talk.
All right. Well, and I can come back down and see you again without threat of violence this time around. The next time I come back, if I've got answers for you.
Oh, the boys? Oh, they're harmless. Bring them another cask of beer. You're fine.
I figured it'd be the Cassie gifts are the way to start with the younglings. And then,
Yeah, you might want to bring 2 casks next time.
gotcha.
They're older than you.
Well, thanks for your time. We'll go see if we can figure out. Do you know anything about the wizard whatsoever, other than she was tricksy? Anything particular?
She was a
about
liar,
Well, I believe
spellcaster. No doubt worshipped evil powers.
I agree with you there.
She came in and spoke to us with honeyed words like all those wizards tend to do.
Look,
Next thing we knew, she convinced us there wasn't any gold in the mine and we'd best be selling. Now look at us.
well, this is a sad time, and I hope that we can help you and in turn help us. Alrighty, so I will stroll back out.
Don't be having any dealings with wizards and the like.
No, I've had one. Like I said, I had one help me, and that was the only one that I would ever trust.
Get that kid there some alcohol or something to clear his throat.
Come on, beer boy, let's go.
I'm glad I couldn't talk.
Back out of the building.
Okay, you guys head out. The beer cask is empty on the side there. They're finishing off the last of it at this point. And they move grudgingly out of your way as you leave. A couple of them snickering at him as he's still coughing a little bit as you guys leave. And you leave the area.
Alrighty.
How
How much social standing does this witch have in towns and like the area around Nuln?
I don't know why.
If she has the coal mine, then if we kill her, we probably lose. We probably gain more gun on our heads.
There's no coal in it, though. That's the thing. She's not providing coal to anybody. We had to bring coal down from another town. So she's not providing anything to anybody currently.
If I declare her a heretic, I don't care.
You're there.
What? What was that? What'd you say?
So when I get back to the group, the first thing I say to the wizard is, Wizard, Giselle, don't go anywhere near the dwarves. They hate you already, and I'm pretty sure they'll destroy you on sight. As a matter of fact, I don't know you if they're watching me.
You see a dwarf peeking in through the window of the back.
Dwarves, one of the other soldiers.
Yes.
Wear a trench coat, following me around.
They turn and waddle quickly away.
This guy has a really wide base.
Yeah, man, he's square. So I relay the lack of information that I got.
Okay.
Because there wasn't a lot. I did manage that. So, what they want, what the dwarves want, is they want first for us to obviously prove it's not them that's screwing up the farms around town, and get back their tower.
Did you not think to ask them if they knew who he was?
Nope. No, why would they know? If they knew, they would have told the sheriff when he came down.
Well, they
to
would have
accuse
beat the
him.
shit out of the person. And
Right. Problem solved.
Yep.
I think we should go visit one of the graffiti sites.
The what, graffiti sites?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm all for it. So
Right.
it's late afternoon, getting closer to night now.
Mhm.
You guys want to wait till morning? You want to go out? No.
No, let's go out.
Okay. Because the farms aren't like out in the wilderness. It's just outskirts of town.
No, they're out in the wilderness.
Oh, okay.
They're outlying farms and so forth. So they have fields and areas that they're not. If there was a danger or attacks or whatever, then the families would come into town for defense. Otherwise, I mean, there's not enough space in town for a large farm.
So
Sure, but I mean, you're only probably talking a mile.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's not like it's 50 miles away or anything
Okay.
like that. I mean, to the mine is only about 5 miles.
Okay.
So the 3 farms were attacked.
Is it a green moon?
Is it a gray moon?
Green.
Mostly.
There's a slight hint of green, but no, it looks just normal.
I think it's coming from
It's just
a
my
hammer.
hammer.
Yeah.
So we found out before there was just 3 farms attacked. So kind of narrows it down. Did you leave the sheriff on good terms?
No.
I barely remember the conversation.
I
I
think-
think I called him a pussy.
Yeah, I think you did too.
Yeah.
I thought we agreed to solve this issue.
Yeah, we did.
Right. Well, my
Tell the
thought
sheriff.
was is I was hoping the sheriff could tell us which farm was attacked last.
We can
If
go
they're-
ask him real
if
quick.
they're in like a succession of each other, getting closer to town, or
Yeah. I'll walk over to the sheriff real quick and go, hey, we're going to go investigate these farms. Which farms was it? And I'm going to be just as gruff about it as I can.
Make a chart
You're a priest of Sigmar, right?
Yes.
You come from up in the Altdorf area?
No.
Where you
I'm
come
a town-
from?
I'm from a town further north than that.
Been to Altdorf recently?
No.
Okay. He shuffles some papers on the desk. Says, yeah, if you want to get involved, he gives you a basic layout of the area.
I'll say, shit, I got to kill the sheriff.
I shot the sheriff. I don't want to have
And I
to kill the
definitely shot,
deputy.
yeah, I definitely shot the deputies.
A song I heard one time.
Elvish.
Right. Yes.
That's how you should do it. You just confess all your crimes in song.
Oh, I guess I need to actually put something on the
Well,
map.
it is nighttime, I guess.
Yeah. Just that dark.
Okay. So that doesn't really help you. Let me switch it to open view. Okay, so this is the surrounding areas around Grisonwald with the two rivers. You guys are here in Grisonwald. The mine is this section down here. Assuming you can see that marker.
Yeah.
According to him, there have been 5 attacks on farms. They tend to be happening every 2 or 3 days. Since you guys were first here several days ago, a couple more attacks have happened. They are the 5 farm locations nearest the mine.
Okay.
Are they taking anything from the mine or from the farms, or are they just destroying them?
Damage, and they killed a small child.
Oh. Was that was in the most recent attack?
Yeah, most recent one is the one over here,
Darn dwarves.
Oh, okay.
furthest out. That's the most recent one, happened 2 nights ago. The farmers that are over there, the Smiths, are very concerned because their daughter was killed. They also killed quite a bit of livestock.
Did you see? Did it look like they were like just bludgeoned to death, like the dwarves normally do, or were they carved up, or?
I didn't really pay much attention to it. I mean, they came in and reported they'd been killed, and we sent word to Nuln again to give us assistance.
Just go there first, you think?
As before, just the 3 of us.
I got you.
But you guys want to get involved, best of luck. You get yourself killed, don't be coming crawling back to me.
If we're dead, how do we do that?
You adventurers got your ways. I don't know.
So,
So there was a child that
Are
was
you
killed?
suggesting magic?
yeah, did
I
you
don't
see
know.
his body?
Did we see the body? No, the farmer said their daughter got killed and several of the livestock.
How long ago was this?
2 days.
I'm out. I just walk out. Let's go.
Okay.
Alright, we're in it. Let's go to
Yeah.
Smith's farm.
Do you have a way of transportation we could rent?
It's like a
It's
mile.
2 miles, man.
Yeah, we could walk.
It's
How would
fine.
I walk if I can pay for transportation?
We could get there.
Because you're not
quicker.
fancy like I am.
You gonna buy
Well,
something?
you used to
More
buy.
than you.
Or you have some
Once I get-
new?
Once I get the money. No, I don't. I don't have any long portation transport.
Long portation? I like that. None of this transportation. We're going cross country.
Gonna go long portation. Okay, so you guys are heading out immediately or waiting until morning?
Heading out immediately.
Okay.
We still got our lanterns and stuff, so.
Yeah, it'll be past nightfall by the time you guys get there.
Think of it like this. What are the 2 short, stocky, vicious things in this world?
Dwarves.
Dwarves?
Wizards.
And goblins.
We've already handled
Dwarfs and wizards.
handled the goblins once. We're fine.
I don't want to get
We've already established wizards are vicious.
Yeah.
I don't want to get shanked by goblins
So
in the
vicious.
middle of the night.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
They
Let's
blow
go.
up their heads when they try and cast magic missile.
We'll be fine. I take a lantern. I cheat to go down wrong. I die over here.
Okay. You got into the smoke room too?
Buff give. Get the lantern out and start walking towards.
Okay, gonna head down the road? Okay, so you have a lantern. Who else is gonna use lanterns or lights or just gonna go with the one?
Shield? Mace. Fall behind
How
you.
much was the lantern and oil again?
You had lantern. We had a bunch because when we went down in the
Oh, yeah.
wait,
I don't know. If it's on your inventory, you have it, but
I'm just gonna follow him with my staff.
okay.
You're gonna use. Yeah.
What?
You're gonna
like a
use him
dark
for light?
side or something now.
I'm gonna use my head candle.
Yeah.
The one I had. That's where we got them was at the tower.
Yeah, the tower. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to
Okay.
For the dwarves.
Yep.
Well, that was their gear and equipment and
Well, they
everything.
didn't say anything when I walked away with it.
Okay.
Hey, that's mine. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it.
Okay.
God,
I
it
didn't
looks
pay
so
later. I had
ridiculous.
that.
These things look so ridiculous too.
They do.
Nobody's supposed to say anything though. There's bullets involved.
Yeah, with this guy back in fucking 900
Well,
guns.
on your way out of town, you see some dwarves. They don't hesitate to tell you how idiotic you look with that helmet. But
Do I look idiotic now?
yeah.
I walk out of town, right?
Candle. They're 10 feet away. You can't see them.
Yeah, they're too small.
I can smell them.
Okay, so
Smell.
give me some sort of a marching order. Using whatever figures we might have.
Me and that in the front?
I think that's a good representation of me.
Yes.
Good representation of me.
I'll be my druid.
That's not my character. I actually have it printed.
Oh, you have one?
Yeah, I actually have one somewhere.
This guy?
It's over, I think it's over
no,
there, maybe.
It might be.
He's got a fire head.
How do we use that?
There's somebody in there over there with a long gun.
Oh, for fuck's sake, just grab guys. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Oh, the three of
Who are we missing?
Me,
Me.
guns, druids.
Is Giselle staying or going?
Well,
There's Dip.
she'll stay.
Okay.
She'll probably stay on the boat for.
She's gonna hang out with the dwarves.
Yeah.
Hang out with Gorp
Wow,
and,
Which one do you want? Where do you want?
Hang out with Gorp and Renata. I don't care. I'll go wherever. And
This will be.
I'll be in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hold up the back.
And
You can be with your wizard
Yeah,
buddy.
me.
No, she'll be with us. She has to write the next research papers.
Oh, we're still missing at least
Are
one.
your crew with us?
No,
You're back at the boat?
Yeah.
You don't have any soldiers yet. So
I don't have a
we
character
need,
for
but we need one more out there.
We do?
Yep, one more.
One more
Check
better
this out.
than. Yeah.
Giselle.
Doesn't really matter.
No, the-
I just
the
need a
guy
general
with the
sense
sword
of what your marching order is.
Well, I figured since I've got the lantern, I'll be up front.
Sure.
I'm gonna be beside you.
Okay.
So.
So he has a mixture of yellow flame and green flame shedding light on the road.
So is the fire off the Warhammer currently at like candle level? Or is it like
No, in the
illumination-wise?
dark it's pretty bright.
But does it actually allow me to see?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you can see a good 20 feet, 30 feet.
Wow.
Then I'll just put my lantern away and
Okay.
rely on my Sigmarite hammer of corruption.
Okay.
Do, if it starts to dim, do bad things. Kill
Okay.
the squirrel. What?
So you guys light the lantern and the candle and then walk out of town. After a short bit, he realizes his hammer is glowing just as brightly, so he puts away the lantern, holds his big hammer out in front of him, and you guys walk through the dark forest with nothing but the eerie green glow of the hammer.
And my sweet.
Yes, and the 5 feet worth of candle light from the helmet of the gunslinger.
I hate that I have to enjoy this hammer, man. I hate to have to do it. I know it's so bad.
The pathway is near town, relatively safe looking. The trees here are old and gnarled and lean out over the road and everything. With the darkness, it puts a heavy blanket of black off the road outside of your light. Basically, within the green glow, you can see, and everything sort of, it feels like things are sort of playing tricks on your eyes, like things are moving or something's looking at you, maybe like something's watching you the whole time. And outside of that is nothing but a curtain of black with strange noises, sounds unearthly outside of the edge of the light on the path. The further away you go from town, the more closed in the tunnel of trees on the road becomes. Think like the old Beauty and the Beast movie where they're walking through the forest and everything, and there's nothing but darkness all around them. The roads are completely clear. There's nobody out this late. You pass by the first farmstead, the first path off to the side, and in the distance you can see the yellow lights of the house with nothing but your greenish globe of light traveling along the road.
We check in at the first farm, see if they've seen anything. They're close. I mean, obviously least it's closer than the rest. But
I want to take a moment while we're walking when I realize how dark and oppressive the environment is. Make
Feels
sure
comfortable.
Huh?
Feels comfortable to you.
Yeah. I'm going to make sure that the lantern I have is attached to the outside of my bag.
Okay.
Right, so that if in an emergency I can set my bag down and light it real quick, as opposed to
Using the light you already have.
digging out. I have a theory that light is not going to last when I need it. so
I'll put out my helmet if you want me to carry that. So you can carry your gear.
yeah.
You
Okay,
have
and
to
I'll
trust.
stay in
Well,
the
you
middle.
can have the lantern. You can carry the lantern if you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It just makes it easier. So
Please,
you
you
don't
must
have to
trust the light of
choose what you're
Sigmar.
carrying.
Right.
I'm sorry. What were you saying?
That way you can choose. You can choose what you're carrying. I only need one hand currently for what I'm carrying. And
Well, my light source is also my weapon, which takes 2 hands.
Right.
So
so yeah, you go ahead and carry that. I'll carry the lantern and I'll
Okay.
stand in the middle. That'll give us that
Okay.
a little
Cool.
further behind us and around us.
The hammer is your light in the darkness for when all other lights go out.
Or when out of nowhere you hear and you're blowing your shuts off. We're all like,
And then Spider
It's a
comes
clapper
out-
hammer.
that's right.
Spider comes out of the tunnel right next to you.
Anyways, did I hear that people wanted to stop at the first farmstead?
Did you want to? You think probably we should talk to them?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go up there and.
my goal is to get to, as we're walking there, my theory is go find that kid, right, and find out if she got bludgeoned to death or she got shredded by something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Same as the farm animals. I mean, they can.
Right. Because it doesn't make sense that the dwarves would kill a kid.
Right.
It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't go with what they're.
Well, maybe they thought it was another dwarf.
Maybe they thought it was a wizard.
But-
Child.
I think there's something else out here.
Wizard.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
So
She's
I'm
dealing
dead.
with chaos magic. I'm sure of it. As
Oh,
we get
demons.
closer to the mine and her tower, does his hammer get brighter as we get closer?
You're only at the first intersection at this
Okay.
point. It hasn't noticeably
So
changed.
that's not really that far from my.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you want? Just go right to Smith's farm then?
yeah, let's just
Okay,
go straight
yeah.
to the Smith's farm.
Yeah. let's go
Okay.
there.
So you guys follow the road up, and at the third branch, you can see further up on the left, probably a good another 10, 15 minutes or so, you can see the peaks where the mine would be. And there's an old sign on the side of the road. It's partially leaned over, marked in words.
Terrible handwriting. Huh?
Yeah. You guys translated. It says Black Peaks Mine and has an arrow pointing one of the ways down the road. It is covered over with graffiti, some sort of reddish paint.
Ooh.
You can't recognize you don't recognize what, if any, symbols it is. It's some sort of spiky symbols.
You want to taste it?
I'll taste the paint.
Well,
just gonna walk up
he
and
probably
lick
knows
it?
what paint
It
tastes
tastes
like.
like lead.
Sure.
It tastes like paint. It doesn't taste like blood.
It does not taste like blood. Slightly chewy. Has a lemony flavor to it.
I can't tell if you're being serious.
Cherry cheesecake.
Haven't you ever tasted paint?
It's chewy and lemony. I think, from my conclusion, they were drawing with strawberries.
Makes
So.
sense. Okay.
It's cake frosting.
With that said, that could be like a berry juice that was wiped on there.
It just-
Are there what type of berries are like? I would never fucking know to that. This is a stupid question.
But I'm gonna recall
What kind of
knowledge.
berries grow in this area that I've never been to before?
I have no idea. If any of you have any nature skills,
Can I recall knowledge on what that might have tasted like?
Is there anything
Lemon.
you could remember?
it doesn't taste like anything you've tasted before.
Lemon.
I rolled a 7 anyway.
Okay.
You choke on it.
Oh man,
He's
I rolled a
tasting
99
paint
total
will be
for
in
my
that.
outdoor survival.
It feels it seems tasty. He collects several chips for later consumption.
Okay, heading off to the Smiths.
Okay, so you head west.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys head down to.
I'd like to remind you I do have 6 cents.
Okay. You head down to this village or this farmhouse, which, according to the sheriff, is one that was attacked maybe about 2 weeks ago. You get there. As the road passes by the farmstead, you hear a couple of large dogs barking over at the farm, barking out an alarm or something, seeing you guys on the road with that bright green light and everything. The house is all closed up. You can hear some cows mooing in the pen. And there are lights on. It's maybe 10 o'clock at this point, but nobody's out.
Do we know the name of the farmer?
You guys didn't ask this one.
Franz.
Yeah. It's Franz.
Gone Smith.
I'm gonna take a second, dig in, and grab some rations,
Okay.
and just have them out and handy in case the dogs decide to investigate.
Okay.
So, keep moving.
Yeah, you can see them in the gloom and the moonlight, in the open where there's no trees covering over. They appear to be loose, but they're not roaming around per se.
They're guard dogs.
Yeah, they're staying around the house.
That's fine. Keep going with the Smiths.
You guys keep going. Each of you give me a perception check.
I rolled a 2.
Do you have no more figures?
I rolled a 94.
I rolled a
78.
124.
Okay.
66.
Okay.
95.
As you guys turn around the bend and head down the southern road, you notice the door at the farmstead behind you opens up, and you see somebody silhouetted in the light, looking out, presumably in your direction at the green lights.
I'm gonna tap the Sigmar priest, whatever your name is.
Friedrich.
What?
Fred.
It's Friedrich. Von
Germans,
Gustafsson.
I swear.
And
He goes by
Like-
Gus.
I swear.
He goes by Gus.
Stop calling me that.
whispering in here that there's someone watching us from one of the farmhouses
Okay.
with the
Okay.
green lights covering our entire group of wandering people.
I don't see a
that-
problem with that. That's fine.
Yeah. Perfectly normal.
You guys are talking awful loud.
Oh, we're away from his house.
I just, yeah. I mean, I'll wave to him. And
Okay.
just keep walking over to the Smiths.
Okay, you guys keep going. A few minutes later, you approach the end of the trail. Here, the forest closes in quite a bit. The only opening, per se, is some fields to the south of the place. Looks like it has a couple of animal pens. And then the farmhouses to the right, where they are. There's a well in the front of one of the houses. You can see lights on, and it looks like the windows have been boarded up, although you can't really see very well from the dark where you guys are at this point. You can make that out. Again, from the tree line, it's nothing but pitch black beyond that, unless you guys are right up on top of it.
We hearing anything moving in the woods?
You have been hearing lots of things, many of which are unidentifiable and spooky for at least ever since you guys stepped out of the bounds of the town.
Okay. Go up and
It sounds like quite a few larger creatures sort of following you in the trees and things like that. Every now and then you get a sense of something watching you, or even glimpses of green eyes out in the darkness, and so forth.
squirrels.
Sure.
Yeah. That's right.
Warhammer squirrels.
Killer squirrel.
I remember
Tail
when this
slap.
campaign first started, Sean warned us,
Killer
don't go anywhere at
squirrel.
night.
Don't
go anywhere at night.
Don't go out into the wilderness, specifically.
Don't travel the roads at night in the Empire.
We'll go up and I'll go up and knock on the
I'm gonna be loud about it
the
though.
door.
Before he gets there, be like, "Ho there, farmer!
Smithies.
We're looking for the Smiths.
Okay. You guys get
I'm Friedrich.
from the point where you guys call out up to about halfway to the house, putting you maybe 50 feet or so from the doorway. The door opens up. You see what looks like a man holding a crossbow. Steps out. Behind him, you see several small figures, and at least one or two women in the building. He steps out into the light, holds up his crossbow, and says, "You stop right there."
I stop and
I hold up my lantern so he can see my face and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I say, "We heard about the tragedy.
I feel deja
The
vu.
sheriff.
What?
The sheriff sent us out
I
here.
feel deja vu.
We heard the dwarves are.
What's with the witch light?
Oh, it's fancy. It's this charm that got put on his hammer. It's what part of his quest.
it's a blessing from
Removing.
Sigmar.
I don't believe that. You guys best be moving on. He levels the crossbow at you guys.
Eventually, somebody was going to figure out that
we're-
giant green glowing hammer is a bad idea.
I slowly pull my shield.
We're here to just try to investigate what happened. You want us to wait till morning? Because the sheriff said we were more than willing to come out here and stop the attacks on your farm.
More
And
than willing.
It means welcome.
Yeah, he's a little bit slow.
There's an awful lot of you.
well, we're adventurers, and he said this is the help that they could get from Nolan was us.
He gestures with the crossbow towards the animal pens.
Okay.
Sleep over there in the pens. Best not be hearing you moving around the houses.
Not a problem, boss.
Yeah, there's a large barn and a farmhouse, and then on the other side of the path there are several animal pens and small stables and things like that.
All right.
He's indicating for you guys to go over. Yeah, several of them are covered. He says you guys go sleep over there or stay over there. He doesn't want you anywhere close to the houses at night.
Not a problem.
Where was the figure silhouetted at?
In the doorway.
Well, I'm talking about the other silhouetted. Yeah.
In the door. They had opened up the door because they had seen or heard things. The dogs barking.
Okay, that was like a different.
Yeah,
whole
different
That was the
set.
previous house. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if that was from one of these animal barns.
No. Yeah, there's a mysterious person with a green glowing hammer.
All right. Well, we will. We'll see you in the morning then.
Okay. He steps back into the house, keeping an eye on you. Waits until you guys are almost all the way over to the animal pen, and then you see him slowly close the door. Here and there around the house where there's windows, you see bits of movement in the curtains or whatever, like they're keeping an eye on you.
We'll find it doesn't have animals. What do you think it is?
I think they let everyone know that the priest of Sigmar that's wanted is here.
Who are they gonna let know? They're in a farm.
Well, did you
No,
send
no,
out a
farm
text
in the middle of the
message to everybody?
wilderness.
No, but they could have sent a carrier.
not a
No,
carrier
they're not going to
pigeon.
do that for a bunch of fucking farmers. So,
If they know we're coming here, then yes.
No, I think they saw his hammer, and that's discerning.
that's just enough to be like, normal people would see a giant glowing green hammer in real life and be like, that's not normal.
No, they
It
don't.
doesn't even
That's
need to be
sick.
green. If somebody sees a hammer that's burning, that's not normal.
If they see someone with a warhammer on their back, it's not normal.
Well, yeah.
Literally the name of the universe.
Find the nicest stable I can
There,
find.
yeah,
Put it
there's
in
a there's a
stable.
log pig pen. There is a horse stable, and a looks like a cow pen.
Think,
Um,
horse stable.
All of them smell pretty horrible.
Yeah.
The horse pen seems to be the cleanest,
Yeah.
as such. There is there's a horse in one of the pens out of 4, and there's several. The pens are all sort of piled up together, right next to each other, and then they lead out into like an animal pen, like an outdoor area.
Yeah. We'll, I'll go inspect the one of the pens beside the horse.
Okay.
See if it's capable for me to get some rest in there. Some straw. Or
They are. I mean, there's not a whole lot of straw, and it's fairly mildewy at this point. The good supplies seem to be in the one with the horse, and then one of the other pens. Looks like it has supplies as if there should be a horse there. The other 2 are pretty much bare.
I'm not finding. I'm not.
It looks like a working horse, yes.
I was waiting for war horse.
Definitely not a warhorse.
So,
This farmer has a fully
in
bonded
the
war.
one that doesn't have a horse,
All
that
the farm workers
looks
like,
fully-
Sign on it says free for whoever wants it.
the fully stocked one that doesn't have a horse in it. When I hold up the lantern, am I seeing blood or anything else in there? Like
No.
is anything
No.
attacking there?
There is horse droppings
Yeah.
and so forth that are fairly fresh. It hasn't been cleaned in a couple of days, but there's no sign of a horse.
There's no horse out in the field or anything.
No.
Ooh.
Well,
There's a cord across all the pens that would keep the animals in, and there's no sign of another horse.
Yeah, but there's the outdoor run.
There is, yeah.
And there's no horse in
There-
there.
no.
Are there any animals outside?
No.
They're all inside.
They're all inside their respective pens. Now, the cow pen has one cow. It looks like from the supplies or the stocking of it, it should have 2, maybe 3. The pig pen has one really old, oversized pig that sort of looks up at you with a grunt and then just rolls back over and goes back to sleep.
This looks big. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
so I'll kick some of the droppings out of the way and make myself a nice little comfy spot in the
Okay.
fully. Sit back with my lantern.
So you guys going to sleep in the horse pen
I
then?
love how you were always like the comfort.
Oh
You
yeah.
always go for the comfort. The rest of us, he's like,
I'm
we're
gonna
just
pull up.
looking around.
Well,
You're
that's
like,
'cause
I'm
he's-
making a bed in the most comfortable spot. Fuck all the rest of you.
Well, because
I'm
here's the
gonna-
thing.
I love it.
He's always the
Well,
best one
I
with Pat,
wanna do the
so
one-
he always gets the best.
Dad,
Yeah.
Well, with that, I'm gonna
I'm
pull out my
going to-
fine Tillian bedroll and set that up and then sleep in that.
I'm going to go into the pen next to the horse that's still here, like horses.
Like in the stall with the horse?
No, not the one next to the horse.
Right, which is where he is.
Oh,
It's a horse stall though. There's plenty of room for.
There's 4 horse stalls. One has a horse. One has relatively recent or fresh straw, hay, etc. And then 2 are basically empty.
I think that used to be where the cattle was until they got killed. Or
Mhm.
whatever.
I'm gonna go in the same one that he's in.
Yeah.
Okay?
We could probably
Kick off a
fit in
clear
there.
spot, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could probably all pile into that. I mean, again, it stinks of horse manure and
It's
etc.
a barn.
Yeah, it's a barn, but I mean, you're used to it, so
I'll grab one of the.
it's only been like a month or 2 since this is where you lived.
I'll grab one of the empty ones, prop myself up in the shield, and just go to sleep.
Okay. So, anybody going to do anything else for the night? Everybody go to bed down, go to sleep.
No, I'm not going to sleep. I'm just sitting comfortably. I'm staying up.
Okay.
I'm going to sleep.
Okay.
Hope y'all
I'd
can
like
sleep with the light on.
I don't know if I have control of whether or not this hammer's on or off. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want a chance of.
Okay. So you're going to leave the
No,
lantern going.
Yeah.
I totally expect something to happen, but
Okay.
I want to be rested.
Yeah.
But I am sleeping in my armor, so and I know how difficult that is.
Sure.
So
Okay. So who is not going to sleep? Is the plan? You're the one staying up,
I guess so.
and who is sleeping in their other than soft leather armor?
wait.
Yeah.
Oh.
You and me.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So
what do you have on?
With my shield right next to me
Oh.
in case of
Chain
That's-
chest plate.
Chain.
A chain plate.
A chain shirt.
Chain shirt.
Yeah,
Chain
chain,
plates is a helmet.
right.
chain shirt.
Okay.
be
So
fun.
the 2 of you give me an endurance check with a -20. You give me one with a -10. You don't need to roll because
Yeah, I failed.
you're tired. Okay.
I failed.
Ooh, I rolled a 93. With the plus 40, that'd be 133.
Minus 20.
Yeah, I already did the minus 20. I have a 60 normally. I have 40 now.
He's conditioned for this, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my toughness is my base.
This is easier than basic.
My base
101.
toughness is
Smells
101. Okay. So
my base toughness is 50. Then I have plus
So
50 in it.
you don't sleep very well. You end up fatigued at a -10 in the morning.
Yeah.
Same thing for you, for fatigue. The other 2 are able to get at least enough sleep. You burn through 2 flasks of oil, feeding the lantern by morning.
So the first one was mine, so I'll take one off mine. If you do you have any extra oil?
I don't.
I'll
So
take it.
I say he must have gone out and halfway through the night.
Sometime at night, you get woken up as he's rummaging through your pack to get another flask of oil.
Awesome. I only have 2 more flasks.
I will pick up one later on.
You're good.
I'm not worried about the money part of it. I'm just saying
Right.
for now.
To fix him up, yeah.
5:30. You guys are all woken up to the sound of roosters crowing, like right above you, like on the stall. You look up and there's literally a rooster right at the edge of the horse stall crowing.
No.
Bang!
Breakfast is served.
Within 10, 15 minutes or so, you hear activity over at the house as people are starting to get up and get moving for the day.
I'll step out and lean against the doorway of the horse barn. I'm not going to wander towards the house yet.
Okay, yeah. You step out, you see a small child. Looks like a girl, maybe 8 or 9 years old, carrying a bucket. She's like currently frozen in place about halfway between the house and you. Mouth open, sort of staring in shock at you.
Nice. Greetings, little one.
She drops the bucket and then runs back towards the house
Okay.
with a bit of a scream.
I just had this image of him coming out the barn. Greetings, and what he doesn't see is he's flanked by 2 giant orcs. And she's like, oh,
She's running from.
Yeah, she goes running back to the house, leaving the bucket. No.
I'm gonna put my weapons away and act as inviting. if I can.
Pack up the bedroll and stuff.
And she's
Okay.
running away.
Okay, yeah, she's disappeared back into the house at this point, leaving you guys alone out in the farmstead.
I'll wait until
Mind you, I still have
Farmer
my
Smith comes out.
Okay.
I still have my
Okay.
my arm strength thing
That's assumed.
Yeah.
cranked up.
That's assumed.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab my shield and go over where he is.
Okay.
I'm going to start investigating the barn now that we have sunlight.
That's fine. Now, with that, I have no problem with you rearming it in the morning. I would say the dwarves that built it would caution you. You don't want to
sleep
leave
with
it. Yeah, A, don't sleep with it. That's a quick way to get yourself stabbed. B, the mechanism in it will lose its strength if you leave it armed all the time.
Yeah, I won't. I'll only arm it if I feel like I may need my weapon.
So you're going to arm it first thing in the morning?
I'll arm before I go around interacting. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
wait till the group gets up and starts moving before I quickly arm it.
The point is, there's no immediate danger.
Right.
You don't want to leave this thing cocked for hours. The spring will lose tension.
Yeah,
Right.
It won't take
Which
you
is why
long
I'm
to
waiting
do.
for the group to get up and.
Right. It only takes a round or two to arm it. It's not long.
Yeah.
Okay. The point is, if you're saying you're only going to arm it when there's danger or concern or whatever, that's fine. But getting up in the barn wouldn't really qualify.
No, but before we go interact with everybody and investigate the skull and stuff, investigate the attacks, that's when I'll arm it in case we get.
Attacked? Okay. Okay. So, everybody gets up in the morning. After a little bit, you see the farmer come out. He's still carrying the crossbow. He sends his kids off to do their usual stuff. And he sort of hangs out by the well, watching you. Not really interacting per se, just sort of keeping an eye on the strangers.
Care if I approach?
What do you need?
I was just going to ask you some questions about what happened a couple nights ago. We're trying to solve this so we can get rid of the dwarves if it's the dwarves or whatever it is that's causing the problems.
Okay, he stops you about 20 feet out, says, that's close enough.
Okay. Absolutely. So heard a tragedy that one of your children was killed.
Yeah?
You saw the dwarves do it?
No?
Happened in the middle of the night or did it happen during the day?
Night.
Could I read his facial features? And see
Sure.
if I'm lying at all?
Sure.
Would that be an intuition on your part, or do you want me to roll?
He seems really unemotional for the fact that his child died 3 days ago.
That would be on my part.
Okay.
And what is your intuition?
My intuition is a 39.
39. Okay.
You gotta understand the universe.
Right. Play with kids.
My initiative's terrible.
That's why he has 3 more.
Yeah, I get that, but it's like still you
You
know,
think
One
it would
dies,
be,
go No,
you
you
think
can't
you'd be
just
sad,
like-
right?
Well,
Well, not even just sad. Like, have some sort of like
more
emotion
powerful
to the fact you're asking
Don't
questions of relevancy.
Dude,
How
you
about-
can't.
how about
Grief
let's
is
see-
weird,
let's-
man. Grief is weird.
We'll see how attached he is to his cows. Did you
cows!
so much milk
You spilled the shit out of me. Oh my god.
That's great. No, that's great. No. Like if you really cares about cows, that's a great reaction.
Did you so you already buried your child, obviously, and
Sophia?
yeah.
No, she's inside.
Oh. Well, we have a little bit of medical knowledge. We thought maybe we could either investigate the livestock. I didn't assume your child would still be
She's
focused.
dead.
Right.
Can't save her anymore.
Right, but how she died is also important because we'd like to, or how the livestock died, if there's any of them around as well.
He gestures towards the back of the animal pens,
Okay.
the animal runs. He said, "The cow's back there.
Wizard, are we?
You cool?
Are
You
you sure?
okay with me going?
You
back
got a
there?
wizard?
No, I'm talking to myself.
About wizards? We don't need any of that nonsense mumbo jumbo here.
Well, you already got one,
We're-
right, up at the
we're
tower?
going-
Is that right?
We're going away soon to go to the tower.
I don't know anything about that.
Shut up.
So, have you had attacks before like this, or just since the doors were ousted from their mine?
There's been trouble in these hills for a month or so.
Has it? And what kind of trouble? Just people getting?
None of my business. They didn't bother us until a couple of days ago.
Gotcha. Well, we're doing our best to try to stop these attacks one way or another. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back and take a look at your animal, the deceased cow. If that's all right with you.
Sure.
Okay. I will wander back.
Okay. He tells you that, yeah, they have the body of Sophia inside. They're going to be burying her. They just haven't had the opportunity yet. They have the cow was killed near the back of the animal run, and there is graffiti on the exterior of the animal pens.
Has any other animals died? Or is it just the cow?
One of the horses ran off. They haven't found it. Those dwarfs damaged the fencing and let the animals out.
Sorry, Sean. Kind of off topic, but that is awesome.
What
The
is?
book with your
Oh,
book.
Oh.
okay.
No.
That's one of Valerie's Halloween decorations.
Focus,
Ah.
focus.
It talks,
Um,
and it's motion activated for when somebody walks by in front of it.
freak out.
Yeah. Like when you talk about the cow.
That's right.
Can I maybe accompany him?
You can do whatever you want.
I could help him?
You guys are all sort of gathered around at a distance talking to the farmer right now.
I was investigating the barn.
Okay.
Did I find the animal in the back of it?
No, the animal's not in the barn itself, but in the light of the day, you see quite a bit of red paint graffiti all over the animal pen.
Okay.
Don't recognize the writing. It's all very spiky. Might be dwarven runes.
No, it's probably orc. Probably orcish or goblin.
Orcs would probably know that, or goblins.
So, is there any, like, it does appear to be a language, though.
It appears to be a couple of patterns,
Okay.
potentially words or phrases, written a couple of different times.
I'm gonna go look for tracks of unknown creatures, like
Where?
effectively near the pin, like around the back of the pen.
Okay, where he is looking at the graffiti.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna search the ground
things
around
I
it.
tell people that I'm a wizard.
Probably wouldn't get money, but
I'm gonna.
Your big staff and your spell book and your apprentice that's writing in a book.
Well, we could easily be scribes also, but
I'm gonna.
Sure.
Scribes are more common than a wizard, so.
Except when you got group members talking about wizards and doing witch fire and things like that.
Would that be an outdoor survival check?
Once we get to that, yes. Okay, so what are the other 3 or 4 of you doing?
I'm gonna write down.
He's pretending to be a scribe.
Actually, I'm gonna go to his lady. I'm like, hey, can you transcribe these runes or whatever they are, this language down, so we can take it back to town and see if we can get it deciphered?
Sure, she could.
She shows you the drawing she's already made of them.
Awesome. I figured
Starts explaining exactly how she wrote them down, why she wrote them down, and goes into like this 30-minute discussion with you that you can't seem to get away from.
Mama. It's like Mama, but more talkative.
Well, she follows you.
That's fine.
It's like Mama, but more talkative.
Yes.
He's asking, he's like,
What are you guys going to do? I know you were heading to the far ends of the animal runs.
I was going with them to maybe
Okay.
help figure out what killed the
What are you doing, Carter?
cow. Cause
I'm gonna go ask the farmer if there's any work that needs to be done that I could possibly help with.
You want to help with the chores?
Why not?
Well,
I spent most of my life cleaning up.
that's Katie and Liza's job.
Do they want a rest day? I can take their.
No,
Why?
that's what they're kids. That's what they do.
Well, is there anything extra you need help with?
"Hey, you fence or
If you can find old Moses, that'd be helpful.
Who's Moses?
It's the horse.
Oh, well, where do you suppose he ran off to?
What
the-
place does he spend most time?
Here,
He's at the bar.
Where would the horse have gone?
I will fix your
the
fence.
horse is in.
I'll fix your
What does the horse talk
Okay.
about the most? What's its favorite location?
What's his favorite food? What type of alcohol does he drink?
If only you had a druid that could speak to animals. You could talk to Boffin.
all I can see is the poster thing."
He's at the horse's inn.
Okay, so you're gonna spend the day or the morning working on the fence.
I'm gonna try and fix it.
Okay, so you head out with the 3 of you.
Does the spiky writing seem to have any magical significance potentially?
No.
Okay.
Does not have any magical significance. Okay, so you guys, the 3 of you head out to the far end of the pen. The fence is a typical split rail type fence. Has several where modern day a fence would have a post. It has a couple of pieces of wood that are nailed together into an X, and then various split rails stretching between them. That fence, a couple of the rails have been broken. The post in between shattered and is spread out across the field and the edge of the forest. The fence goes right up to the edge of the trees, and then there's a clearing area filled with weeds and grasses and things like that where the animals would normally graze. Amongst the debris of the fence is the carcass of a cow. It's been dead a couple of days. Smells horrible. There's a huge cloud of flies. And bits of things crawling and chewing on the meat.
Can I maybe like get a rag from my pocket or something, or
Do you carry rags in your pocket?
no?
Okay.
What do you want to do with the cow anyway?
I shall put on
I
the
want to
mask.
figure out what.
Okay.
killed it.
The wizard pulls out a plague mask.
I'll take my broom and I'll start like swatting away the bugs and stuff.
Okay. You certainly wave your broom at him. It doesn't seem to disperse the flies.
Staff brings flies, right? Don't you have a spell?
Oh yeah, I can. Give me the staff.
You already have it. We already determined I can't carry like 3 or 4
Alright,
staffs.
I'll
or
wave my
2
staff and like hocus pocus, flies come to me.
Okay. You do seem to have flies buzzing around you. So,
But you're just generally an unwashed person.
A, you're partially unwashed, and B, you're standing near a rotting carcass. But your staff seems to be working because there are flies suddenly now around you.
Exactly.
Hey, Dad,
Twice you wanted to do that.
I'm
can
just
I
magic.
take a look at the cow?
Yes.
See what possible weapons, or if any weapons would have killed this cow?
Give me a medicine check.
Oh,
You
or-
do not
I-
have medicine.
yeah, I don't have medicine, but could I use weapon skill?
No.
I'll run over, come with me.
He's currently talking with Giselle about the artistry of the graffiti.
Well,
I'm kind of letting her
And
talk
the-
to me.
I'll go.
Well, yes.
I'll go interrupt
She,
them.
yeah, she doesn't really listen to that. She just continues on.
Well, I'm gonna grab you and be like, "Hey, you should figure out what killed this cow."
Have you seen this writing? It is remarkably
You should come check out this cow.
routine.
Let's go.
The red, it's like
Okay.
this strange red I've never seen before.
Well,
And it's with this paint. It might be made from berries. It might be something else. I'm not really sure.
hey,
I've
you wanna
taken a
try
couple.
one of these chips.
That's the same red.
Try it.
Would you like? You should see this writing.
Try it.
I don't need to taste it. I've already written it down. I have some
tried it, you
samples.
should
Has
try
she
it.
written down the writing?
Yes.
I
put it
take
on
the
a-
distraction and walk away.
Okay.
And then I go with him as
And she
well.
follows you, continuing to talk.
Could I take the writing and flip it upside down and see if there's anything written upside down?
Yes. And no.
Okay.
I'm about to say, I think you probably would have tried.
I tried.
It looks identical, or identically unreadable
Remember,
from you.
that is completely unreadable. But this, you can read that.
That's
A
right.
whole bunch of spikes and stuff. Most people don't know how to read.
Suddenly it's all red.
While
Okay,
they're-
It's all Greek to him.
while
so
they're
I'm
looking
gonna
inside-
inspect the cow.
Okay, give me a medicine check.
No,
Okay.
I will.
I have heal skills, so that's what I was.
Yeah, that's fine.
Heal
Uh,
skills fine.
Yeah.
My heal skills probably not very good, but
I got a 64 total.
what's heals? Isn't it
Intelligence.
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 Okay. Well, that's not too bad. 2 intelligence. 112.
112. The cow looks like it died from blood loss. There is indications that its throat was slit, and then its belly was cut open by some sort of blade, claw, maybe a serrated blade of some sort.
Definitely not hammers.
Definitely not cut open with a hammer.
Um,
I mean, maybe the claw portion of a hammer. I mean, it's a fairly crude cut,
yeah.
Mutant.
but slitting the throat and everything wouldn't really be something that you could do with that easily.
Does it look like
I
someone
need,
climbed inside?
What's that?
Does it look like
Yeah.
Does it look like someone climbed inside?
No.
Where's the guts? Are they still there?
All spread around the ground there. Yeah.
Do you know what a cow heart looks like?
Now, a number of them are missing, but from his knowledge, it looks more like animals have been scavenging rather than they were taken originally. I mean, there's bits and pieces of the organs. It's just the juicier bits have been chewed on.
Let's go find out how the kid died.
Okay. While you guys go do that, I'm gonna go.
I'm not welcome in that house.
I'm gonna walk the tree line real quick, just along this edge here,
Okay.
to see if I see any tracks.
Okay. Give me, if whoever wants to check for that, give me a nature survival or whatever the skill was.
I
Outdoor
would say
survival.
Giselle
Who's got
would
the
because she's an
best outdoor
expert at
survival?
tracking.
She's still talking with Dip.
Okay.
I'm gonna actually grab her.
Yes.
I need your help.
Excellent.
Let's go talk to the farmer.
Okay.
So
I'll come with because I'm inviting.
you're inviting yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess I'll take these 3.
120. For outdoor survival.
29,
Okay.
I'll start working on the bench.
Okay.
16.
Okay. So you guys gonna go talk to the farmer?
And
Okay.
as I'm
He's
walking
still
up, I'm gonna
He's still standing, sitting by the well.
pull out my book,
Mhm.
right, and start flipping through looking for the page for barrel rates.
Okay. He stops you at about 20 feet out,
Mhm.
and says it's close enough.
Well, my good sir, sorry for your loss to start off with.
Uh huh.
I understand there's some suspicion, and I can appreciate that. But it is my duty as a priest of Sigmar to provide the last rites for those that need it, and I am willing. I am duty bound.
Okay.
But more than that, I want to provide last rites for your poor daughter.
Giselle offers quite conveniently. Yeah, he's an excellent priest. He's been to lots of towns recently, and he's been giving rights to all sorts of people. We were down in Altdorf recently, and there were all sorts of people that wanted to talk to him, and so on. And she just starts going off. A couple of the kids are sort of looking wide-eyed at her, just listening to everything she
I'm
says.
gonna grab my whole Sigmar, keep the street. Please.
Give me a charm test.
They both want to give us away.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay.
128.
Okay. He seems interested when you start talking about last rites and so forth. Recognizes that you are at least appear to be a legitimate priest.
All the trappings of a legit priest.
Right. Lots of people have that. That's why there's a whole career called charlatan.
Fair enough.
He said he invites you in to see the daughter give her last rites. They've been waiting for a priest from Nuln to arrive.
Oh no. Would you like her buried in accordance with tradition or pyre burned?
Pyre burned.
Okay. Before I give her rites, I'm going to start setting up the pyre. I'm going to start going and grabbing.
Okay, start
Wood
getting
and
wood and
straw
everything.
and
Okay,
stuff.
that'll take a couple of hours to put
That's
together.
fine. That's fine.
Meanwhile, Giselle starts entertaining the kids off on the side, talking about all her recent adventures and things like that. Crips
Witch hunter comes. Have you seen this person? And they just tell all the stories.
Yeah.
Crips out in the barrens, skeletons, all these things. So the kids forget all about their chores, and Giselle entertains them for a couple of hours.
I think they have a sailor.
Meanwhile, the sailor works on actively mending the fence. You get that done without much difficulty. It just takes some hard labor to do. You guys checking along the tree line for tracks, you do find footprints. There appears to be maybe a half dozen or so boot prints from different figures. Smaller than a human, but not child size.
Do dwarves usually have smaller than human feet?
No.
Goblins wear shoes.
Have you ever met a goblin?
One.
He goes to
No,
school with a
but-
bunch of them.
The three-legged goblin.
He didn't wear any
think so.
shoes.
Yeah,
I would think there would be myths and legends about a
goblin
Goblin.
shoes.
Whatever legends you might have heard.
It's a goblin cobbler.
They just have a goblin.
The only goblin the group has ever encountered is a three-legged goblin from the carnival,
that I never got to see.
and it did not wear shoes.
And you didn't even see it.
Yeah.
So you are free to interpret whatever myths and legends you think of for goblins.
Am I seeing tracks for old Moses out here?
Yeah, there are horse print tracks, or horse tracks, heading off into the forest.
Into the forest.
Fantastic. I wanna go this
From
way.
the looks of it, it was moving at fairly good speed.
And the boot prints go in that direction along with it?
The boot prints sort of wander around where the fence was broken. There's no specific indication of where they went to or from.
Do we want to follow
They seem to have trampled over each other quite a bit in that area, but as soon as they go into the forest, you lose track of them.
What directions do the boot prints go off to? Like northeast, southwest?
Southeast is where the boot prints are. If you see that it sort of makes a V.
Yeah.
The animal pen and the tracks are on the eastern side of that V.
This V.
No, all the way over here.
Yep, that's the Smith Farm way over there.
Okay, so over there.
I'm gonna
So southeast, you said?
Yeah.
examine the. I'm gonna ask him if I can see the poor girl's body.
No. You're not a priest.
I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
And my question is that, can I see your daughter's body, please?
Yeah. No.
Okay. Well,
So-
can I at least see where you found her?
Yeah. The rest of your party members are out there where we found her.
I would look up to the mooing sound.
Okay. So later in the afternoon, you finish putting together a pyre.
Mm-hmm. Has she been prepared properly? Like, has her body been bathed and wrapped
No.
and all that stuff?
No.
Okay,
These guys seem far too primitive as far as those sorts of skills. According to him, they were waiting for a priest from Nuln.
Okay,
They're supposed to arrive sometime the next day or two, but
I'll commission the mother.
you're here.
To wash the body. Right? And I'm just making shit up here because I don't know what the fuck I'm saying right here. But wash the body.
Sure.
Do they have any nice linens?
They have their nicest ones, which are not very nice, but they're passable.
That's fine.
They're slightly gray.
That's fine. I will. How much would linens cost in normal?
Couple brass for
Okay.
the stuff that they have.
I'll slide them a silver
Okay.
and have. This is a donation from the church.
Okay.
Wash her body,
Okay.
and Giselle will help.
I will.
Yes, and I will just make up a quick little like ceremony to ordain her for this purpose.
She says, "I'm a wizard."
I can't look at her body properly. You can as a woman.
Okay.
I don't know how she died.
Okay.
And I like
Sure.
whisper off to the
Okay.
side. And you see where I'm
Yeah,
going.
I understand where you're going.
And I don't want to be a perv or anything like that, so I
Okay.
don't want them to have any more fucking suspicions.
You try to convince Giselle to get the information for you. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
And,
So
and the whole bathing of the body and all that was for her to get the opportunity
okay.
to examine the body and not feel like a fucking weirdo while she's doing it.
Okay.
So
the mom cleans up the body. Giselle goes in and takes a look at her. Gets at least what she thinks you might be looking for, and then wanders back out to report. Does she have any heal skill?
I don't think so.
Okay.
She has intelligence,
Give me
but
an intelligence roll for her.
I don't know her intelligence.
I thought it was like a 39.
Yeah,
No, her
was high.
intelligence was high.
Like 44.
I don't know. I don't have her
Give me a roll.
105.
open-ended.
That's a 64. So
If she has a 36 or higher.
I think she has a 36 or higher.
36 hours. So she at least got a moderate success.
Yes.
Okay, so she comes back and reports that the child looks like it had several stab wounds and her throat was slit and cut by some sort of, from what she would interpret, maybe an axe or some other jagged blade. Okay. While you're doing that, the dad, while he's standing out there with you, he goes into the house for a moment, comes back out, and drops a piece of metal at your feet. He said they found that next to her. Looks like dwarven make.
I'll look at it.
It looks like a crude piece of metal, maybe like a piece of bar stock or whatever, that's been sharpened on one side into sort of a makeshift sword.
I'll keep it
Okay.
and I'll put it in my pack.
Okay.
I'll just put that.
According to him, that's a sort of metal construction in the town uses.
Okay. Well, then I will take this back to the sheriff as evidence to prosecute those who are responsible. Thank you. And I'll continue on with the burial process.
Okay.
I will use. Do they have any lamp oil
No.
to make sure she burns properly?
No. But between the straw and everything else, I mean, you can. I'm not really worried about that. You can.
Okay.
You can put together enough of a pyre to get her, to have her body burned.
Fantastic. I'll
Okay.
provide her rights, and I'll do the whole blessing with the family, get them out there, and make a whole big ceremony out of it and everything.
Okay.
All this to distract while you guys investigate. So
What else did you guys want to investigate while you're here?
He said the tracks pretty much disappear. They cross over.
They head into the forest to the southeast. You don't go very far. The forest itself is old and thick, and there's a lot of underbrush and roots and things like that. The tracks disappear fairly quickly into the forest.
Is this similar to the forest that was around the tower before, where it was brush for a few meters or so, and then because of the heavy trees, there wasn't a lot of ground cover afterwards, or does it stay impassable?
It's not impassable. There's a lot of hard terrain, though.
Yeah.
Roots and rocks and things like that.
Chop, chop.
And you hear we chop through that. Not anytime
You can go through it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a lot of undergrowth, but it's difficult terrain, very uneven, and so forth.
easy for stuff to hide.
Very easily, yeah.
I'm gonna investigate what she might have been doing out by the forest, and try and figure out try and recall knowledge if the dwarves had a horse with them.
Well,
If I had seen a horse with the dwarves, because I don't actually think I went to their camp.
you didn't go to their camp.
So if I had seen a horse,
You have only seen a couple of dwarves around town, and none of them had horses.
okay,
There were a couple of horses in town, certainly.
I'll try and figure out the reasoning for her being out that far out there.
Okay. You're able to confirm through the tracks and the dad's description and details where she died, which was out by where the fence was broken. The circumstances or conclusions that you can draw, I'll let you come to your own conclusions.
Are there any tracks running away from the fence? Like
No.
in the direction where she was killed?
She was killed right about where the fence was broken open.
As in, like, did she was she attacked sneakily, and then
You
presumably
can't
not-
tell.
There was no like her running away.
You're thinking two criminal minds about this.
Yeah, she was 9 years old.
So she frozen terror. Excited.
She was. There's no tracks that you can discern of her going to the spot or leaving the spot.
Okay.
The only tracks that are there are that of the horse, the cow, and whoever the attackers are.
Okay.
So, good.
I feel like we should like follow the tracks of the horse through the tree line.
Yeah. If nothing else, if we can bring old Mose back to the armor.
Or we can split up. Half the group follows the tracks, while the other half of the group follows the trail of the horse.
You could just bring the forest.
No. Just no. Okay. I'm too busy burning a little girl. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll wait
So-
until that is done.
Okay.
So it'll be afternoon.
It'll be early evening at that point.
Yeah, we don't want to be in the woods at night, let alone in a horse stall.
And we don't want to be here when the Gnome Priest shows up.
Don't worry about the gnome priest.
So yeah, why don't we finish up? We'll finish up the burial of fire,
Yeah, that's effectively done by early evening.
and then do we want to do some basic stuff around the farm, help out with it, and then go sleep and then wake up?
No, I don't need help anymore.
Sort of raising their cow. There's not much else to do at the farm.
Don't have that
That's
split.
not.
So go to a different farm. Head that way tonight, or to the next farm closer to the tower, or
None of the other farms had casualties,
Yeah, they-
correct?
Correct.
this is the first one where there was casualties, like somebody died.
That's why we came to this one.
Yeah, but there was other attacks where they broke stuff and vandalized stuff.
Okay, well then I think we should go with the main lead we have, which is following the tracks.
I kind of agree with him,
Yeah.
but I don't want to do it at night.
No, we'll have to wait till
No,
morning.
Yeah,
so we go to
well,
sleep and we follow the
yeah.
tracks.
Yeah, because if they are greenskins, because I think we've all on the same page. This was not the dwarves.
The sword you have, the
It could be
sword.
gone.
Yeah. By the way,
have
he
is-
pulled. Well, I'm gonna show the whole group
Yeah.
this. But like, does
Okay.
anybody know what the hell this is?
It's definitely not a dwarven
Well-
make, is what it is.
Anybody have crafting, blacksmithing, anything like that?
Still has evaluate.
Evaluate would
I
work.
have gunsmithing. Is it a gun?
No, it's not a gun.
Darn it.
So I use my
see-
weapon skill?
No.
Again, I don't have her character sheet, so.
And
I use
what
mimic
check
and
is
mimic.
evaluated
Why do you not
based
have a
on?
character?
Is it in just
We
intelligence?
just-
Jennifer has it.
It's just
She
intelligence.
rolled an 85.
I
Okay.
assume that's
She looks at it. It is, her conclusion is, like I said, it was made from some sort of bar stock that was ground down to be a sword, for lack of a better description. It's fairly jagged. It is remarkably sharp for what it is. I mean, it's not a piece of crafted sword steel by any means, which would be much more capable of holding an edge. This is basically just a piece of iron that somebody put on a grindstone. But even with that, the edge is still very sharp, very durable. It obviously took some skill and some ability to craft it, even though the rest of the item itself is still very basic and primitive.
It's not a dwarven make.
No, I'll put it back in my pack.
Might be
Or
dwarves.
attach it to it. How
But yeah,
long-
it's pretty
is
big.
it goblin size? Or
No,
is
it's a good 3 or 4 feet long.
Oh yeah.
it so possibly orc sized,
I-
or like a grown human size.
It'd probably be small for a full-size human.
Okay. Okay.
Dwarf,
make?
orc, goblin, all of those could be. I
Dwarven
mean,
make.
It could be.
It-
well, yeah.
Or it could be halflings.
Because they're
That's right.
super fucking
Careful.
poor.
Careful.
They may not necessarily have the ability to.
Actually, I think he may be right.
What?
Halflings. They wear boots. They.
Oh, yeah.
Halflings are
barefoot.
known for their mean streak of killing children.
And
at farms.
they're only barefoot. They aren't booted.
Okay.
They hurt
Yeah.
feet.
Are we gonna stay here again tonight?
Yeah, let's see if the farmer wants to stay inside tonight. Hey, farmer.
Just no.
no.
Can we
Oh, no,
can we
it's
sleep
not.
closer to the house instead of out in the barn tonight?
No.
It's not a bad idea. The animals will alert us.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. They're fine with you staying in the stables.
Yep.
He has zero interest in the 6 or 7 armed people
Yeah.
getting closer to
protect
the
him?
family.
To protect him in his family?
He doesn't know that you're going to protect him.
I mean,
And there's rumors of brigands and things like that on the roads recently. He has no interest in you getting that close.
all right. Well,
He
I'm
was
sleeping
willing
tonight,
to
guys.
he was willing to be somewhat flexible because he was a priest and taking care of his daughter. But as soon as all that was wrapped up, he said, "Okay, yeah, move away now."
Oh, we'll
Which
sleep.
I respect his space.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. So
I say a soldier should be the one to.
And he's very concerned that his kids are now like frightened out of their minds thanks to all the stories that Giselle has told
Oh,
them.
yeah, they won't be sleeping.
hell, we get nightmares from her.
Well, at least this way
And we
your
live
kids
the
won't go on
stories.
adventuring.
I say that.
So sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
If I wear just the breastplate, makes me armor class 17. Can I do that and have some level of comfort?
You can have some level of comfort. You can still potentially not get a good night's sleep. You just wouldn't have the penalty with the endurance check.
Okay.
The reason I say. Sorry.
I need that armor.
The reason I say
What
that
you need is this Tillian bedroll. It's
You-
fine quality.
You do.
I can.
That is extra comfy.
Would that make any difference?
To fall asleep, sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Like I could wear armor and not take as big a penalty.
I'd give you a bonus for the padded bedroll, for the fine quality bedroll.
How much did that cost you?
Oh, we found
He
it.
found it in
Yeah, I found it.
that the underground
I
bear.
still haven't watched the video.
It was
keep
no,
starting
it wasn't.
No,
It was.
when
It was.
he was with us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, and now, oh.
You guys made me have it. I keep bringing it up every so often.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I mean, he has a high end bedroll from Spain. He's been sleeping good.
So I know what I need to buy when I get back to
I mean,
town.
he lays it out. It self inflates. It has a built-in heater. It's good. It's awesome.
So I want to go to bed early so we can get up early, like before first light. And
Okay.
get started.
Okay.
Like, so we're ready to go.
So you're not staying up to drink all night?
No,
Wizards
I'm
like
going
to
to bed.
sleep.
The
Okay.
reason I say the
I'm not
soldier
gonna sleep
should
in
be
armor.
the one.
Okay.
The reason I say the soldier should be the one to stay up is, in combat at least, he is a shield. He's less.
He needs rest.
Why don't we all just sleep? And then if
Fatigue
something
affects
bad
my
happens,
armor class a lot.
just wake up.
Okay. So
Do what I'm doing. Don't sleep in your armor.
is anybody going to keep watch?
Now this is when he throws
So we got
Right.
5 people who don't need to sleep in their armor.
7.
Just-
7 people. Giselle doesn't need armor.
Yeah.
Well,
You and I know my math.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. There's 5.
they-
There's 5 that
Have they
don't.
attacked the
Thank
same
you.
farms twice? Out of reports.
That's it.
Because
Not-
this would be the other day.
yeah, the next attack.
So potentially there could be attack tonight.
There
if
could
they
be
attack
at one of
this
the farms
place
that-
again.
Yeah, thanks. Now I'm just looking at my armor again. Huh?
I am the
Yeah,
wizard.
according to the village, the attacks happened every 2 or 3 nights.
Yeah, and we did just burn corpse. That probably put a lot of
The
smoke.
body, this farm was attacked 2 days before you guys visited. So yeah, presumably, if there was not an attack last night, there would be one tonight.
Well-
Is the roof on this sturdy?
It's thatch.
It's okay.
If I
It
stay
leaks
up,
a bit,
I
but
can't stay up another night because I will be even with myself, right?
yeah.
I have to go to sleep. I have to go to sleep.
I'm at a -10.
Yeah.
Are you? You're at a -10, right?
There's
Oh,
20.
No,
You're at -20.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of nights, you guys are going to be in a world of pain if you have problems.
I don't want to.
Yeah,
do
I'm-
it.
Yeah, you don't want penalties.
Yeah,
I,
this night
I'm going to sleep in the loft to give some level of protection.
Well,
I'm not
it's
sleeping.
not a loft. It's a horse pen. It doesn't have a second level or
Oh,
anything
it
like that.
doesn't?
Yeah, you're in the horse stall. Now, like he said, there is a horse and a pig, and you know of at least one rooster.
and one cow.
That cock.
Can we ration it out to where ration out the time of sleeping?
You can, but as I understand, he wants to get up early, which means you're not going to get you're not going to be able to leave early if you guys are going to take multiple watches.
Keyword there is
Dad?
he, singular.
That's up to you guys.
Dad,
You guys
I'm
wanna try it?
sleeping without armor, but
Okay.
my
You wanna
shield
keep
is
watch?
right next to me.
That's fine.
That's a
Ready
Yeah,
to.
I assume your gear is next to you. That's fine.
Did we bring that other sailor that we hired? It was
No.
No, I asked that really early.
Yeah.
Not Gorp and
How long?
Renata.
How long
No,
are you
it's on the
gonna
boat.
charge us to put on the
To put the armor on?
breastplate- The breastplate alone.
Breastplate alone, probably, I'll say 3 rounds.
Okay.
If he has assistance, is it less?
You might be able to cut it down to 2 rounds.
I'm keeping my armor
No,
on.
probably. It's
Well,
probably not very good to Gorp and
change
Renata for both like 3-4 days.
Okay.
You'd be able to sleep in
With
a
no
change.
other contact to me. They probably.
I don't know. That'd be pretty uncomfortable.
Renata already
I mean,
Nothing-
can you sleep? Absolutely. You get tired enough, you can sleep in anything.
If we're playing the uncomfortable thing, all of us are uncomfortable. We're sleeping in a barn without, except for him, without anything to sleep on.
He's got this nice bed.
knows. You should just share his bedroom. Don't be asleep in that bedroom.
I am a priest.
You know,
Right.
next time we go to town, I'm buying a whole bunch of survival stuff to make it more comfy.
Okay.
That's what I need is carrying around another fucking.
Because you need more encumbrance. So, I'm understanding you guys are getting up early in the morning, and nobody's going to keep watch.
I thought we were crashing early to compensate.
With the fire and everything else, and all taking care of the family,
Right.
I would say it's maybe 8 o'clock by the time things are done, early evening.
I'll keep
Okay, if you're wanting to leave at 5-ish in the morning, early before sunrise, that effectively gives everybody time to get some sleep, and that's about it.
I'll keep watch.
Okay, so you're going to be tired the following day?
Yeah.
Okay.
I presume his light is still going even if he's like
His hammer,
asleep.
His hammer?
as far as we know.
It's like a glowish greenish glow.
It is a greenish glow, yes.
If
Is
it
it
glows
enough
brighter
so I
than
can
snow.
see out into the hallway, out between the stalls? Is it enough that I can actually see?
Initially, yes.
Of course I'm sleeping.
That'd be interesting because I go to sleep, it winks
Pretty
out.
good.
I'm already asleep.
That's why I'm not
Me too.
taking all of it.
Okay, so do you have any current fatigue from the previous night?
No.
Okay, so you're otherwise fine. So, everybody else takes their armor off, etc., gets a good night's sleep, as it is. So everybody else is fine in the morning. After he goes to sleep, the light slowly fades from the hammer and eventually goes out. So do you want to light a lantern, do some other sort of light, or count on your hearing?
I'll light a lantern, but I'll light a lantern, yeah.
Okay.
But while everyone's asleep, I'm gonna do a little test of my own. Poke at the hammer and see. Just mess with the hammer. See if I can get the lights turned back on.
Just like touch it with your finger?
You're gonna play with my hammer while I'm asleep, huh?
That's right. So you're just going to touch the hammer?
Just like. Touch the
That's
hammer.
how it starts.
Hold,
Yes.
Just touch
hold
it.
it by one hand. Not like pick it up.
Try to see if you can get it to turn on.
That's right.
Yep.
You're going to try to turn on the hammer. Got it.
You know what I'm
Okay. Going downhill. So, you play with the hammer for a while. It is unable to react, or unwilling to react.
I've been under a lot of stress lately.
After about 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so, you're not able to get it to do what you want it to.
That is some.
Okay, that's a relief because the real player to player, that was just me saying touching it was a trigger for me to take a corruption point. But,
That's really dumb.
hey,
I didn't say you haven't gotten a corruption point. I'm just saying the hammer doesn't do what you want it to.
someone's got to test it.
Oh. Oh.
Okay?
Don't
So,
play with fire.
Just continue. Okay, just continue. Keep sure.
in the dark?
I said it was lighting a lantern.
Okay.
I lit a lantern and then.
Okay, so you go through 2 more flasks of oil for the night.
Do you have any? Does anybody else have any oil?
No.
No.
Okay, so when you get up in the morning, you get up early and wake the rooster up as payback. You find the rooster go, cock-a-doodle-doo!
Then you guys wake up and I'm all climbed up in the rafters like.
The rooster's all confused. Oh my god!
Lazy.
Anyways, you find a couple more. Empty flasks of oil, as the rest of your oil has been used up. Lantern is now out.
You know, if
Um,
we stayed at dawn for an extra day, I could not spell.
By the time you guys are all packed up, ready to go, the sun's just starting to come up. What would you like to do at this point?
Is the farmer out and about yet?
Like I said, as soon as the dawn comes up, yeah, the farm starts to get moving and everything.
Alright.
I just imagine a man crouching on a roof.
We're telling we're headed
Reaching.
towards.
Out to the heavens.
We're gonna head out after what we think is old Moses' trail. We'll see if we can find him for you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. You going into the forest?
Yep.
Do you have any lamp oil?
No.
Do you have any torches?
Yeah.
We'll just buy a couple off you.
Okay. He gets a couple of basic torches.
It's fine.
Get
Yeah.
to make fun of my hat before.
Uh,
You won't make fun of it now.
I'll throw him.
My candle hat.
No, back off. They're torches.
He says, "Woot! I'm by the lantern."
I can throw like 6 brass for.
Sure.
A couple of silver. You
He,
just buy them.
he gives you a half. He gives you a half dozen torches.
Okay, thank you.
6.
Who? Everybody take one.
Okay.
No, okay.
What about me?
Gazelle doesn't get one.
I think she might actually have some light in our inventory.
Yes.
Like,
I'll give her one.
You know, torches are very hazardous, especially in the forest.
I'll give her one.
The unprotected fire has a tendency
If
to
you don't want
ignite.
it, I'll take it.
And we did learn it tends to ignite extra foliage.
That's right. It does.
Well, this isn't dry dead woods.
So-
This is thick, not easy to burn woods.
Yeah.
Sean,
Yes.
Thick
to
woods.
deal with this, like,
Thick.
could I get like, could I get someone to make a shield that has kind
Irrelevant
of
right
like,
now. Irrelevant right now. Let's move on.
okay.
All right.
Okay.
So
So you guys are gonna follow Moses into the trees.
yep.
Okay.
He didn't go down an animal path or anything like that. He just broke off. into
He
the
broke off and ran into the forest. There is no animal path per se right
Were the
there.
initial footprints from the totally not goblins in the same general direction, weren't they?
Sure.
Go. You did it.
Let's follow those footsteps. I think they're going to lead us to the horse.
Well, it's fine. I mean, they were going in the same general direction.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're just tracking our Pathfinder characters.
It's
Okay.
gonna take us a while though, because it's difficult terrain.
Yeah. Who has the outdoor survival skills?
Giselle.
Who has the best ones that we know what
Should
the skill
I
is?
text my mom for the
I-
selfish?
I have a 54.
You have a 54.
But Giselle always rolls better than me. Like the whole time. She has a worse skill, but she always rolls so much better than me. So I could-
54.
It's
Is that-
intelligence based.
Giselle's really the superior wizard here in this relationship.
I'll
It's,
use
it's
my
intelligence
axe
based, so
to
that's why.
help get through the brush if possible.
There's not much need to chop through the brush or anything. There's not much brush. Like I said, it's more difficult terrain that's sort of uneven with lots of rocks and thick roots and so forth from the old trees. Okay.
But it's intelligence based, Dad.
Yeah.
Okay. So the wizard takes the lead into the forest. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Nope. That's a 29 on the 54, so 83.
Okay. You spend the first couple of hours heading into the forest before the wizard sort of admits that, yeah, he's lost the trail.
I don't know what this is. Sorry.
Well, I would say it's more a matter of a couple of you notice you've passed by the same tree a couple of times. And you're not really sure. According to the wizard, yeah, he lost the trail. He was hoping to pick it up and get some indications, but
When did you lose your shot? About 3 hours ago.
The moment we left the clearing.
Do you have
Right.
natural direction? You already know which way we're going. You know which one it is.
I could cast a spell to figure out which way north is.
I have orientation. I always know the direction I'm going.
Oh, okay. He already knows the direction he's going.
the feat says you always know, or you get a chance to roll and know your direction.
I always know which direction I'm
Orientation,
going.
is that what it's called?
Yeah.
It's a background.
You have an instinctual feel for direction. You automatically know which direction is north with a glimpse at the stars, trees, or whatever signs you're familiar with.
Okay, sorry then. I always know
It's the same difference.
the direction of north.
Sure.
If you know
Wait,
the direction
yeah.
of north, you know where the other directions are.
Yeah.
Sure. North is that way.
Okay.
And
So,
That means that's south.
Absolutely. Which way do you want to go?
Be southeast.
I see. We go back.
Okay.
I'm
Seriously?
going south.
Okay, I won't say. Fuck are you doing?
You're going to head south?
I'll tell everybody that way is south. And
Okay.
Tell them follow the path that way.
What path?
What path?
Wasn't it
But
southeast?
you mean the forest?
Go that way.
Wasn't it southeast?
So you direct the group to head south?
What's that way?
I asked.
I-
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Why did we need to know the direction?
I don't know. You brought that up.
the tracks went southeast before. We
Right.
Know
How
what
are you
direction
my
we're
kid?
going now.
You guys,
We know
you
which
guys
way-
have presumably been wandering around the forest, uncertain of where you're heading, for at least a bit.
So if he tells
So
us,
you know what direction north is. I'll give you that. All I need to know is what direction do you wish to go from your currently unknown location.
Okay, do we have a general idea of the map?
Yes.
Okay, south. Let's go into the fucking trees.
So south is this way.
Yes. Let's go south. Let's go into the trees, away from the farms, because odds are, if this is greenskins, they're going to be in the woods somewhere. They're not going to be hanging around one of the farms. They're going to be away from it, just like wild animals.
Well, we're 3 hours away from it. It's
Well, fuck, we'd be way down there then.
I would say head north to find a trail, since we're heading approximately southeast.
Are we giving up on tracking them then, or finding them? If we're going north, then we're just giving up.
He lost the trail some time ago.
Fine, let's just go north,
Agreed.
and we'll get back up here somewhere.
fine.
And
How
what a
about
waste
at
of a
the
day.
tower?
I'm sorry, Sean. I zoned out.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, granted, you know the direction. That doesn't necessarily tell you which way you need to go to get where you're going. Okay. So you guys turn north, and with his sense of direction, at least maintain going north, leaving the trails behind. Sometime later, early afternoon, you break out onto a road. From the location and the direction of the peaks, you appear to be here. If you see that.
Where is that?
Where?
Oh man.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
We got really lost. Well, we should roll down to that little farm that seems to be all by itself there.
oh, wow.
You took us the exact other way.
No, he took us. I mean, we
I-
were going the right direction. We
I
just
took
really-
you east.
Sure, you Did we just go straight?
Go to the
Why don't we go back to town and hire a real tracker?
Why don't we just go to eat?
Why don't we just go to the wizard?
Yeah, was it alive?
the wizard will straight slaughter us. Are you sure you want to go back to town?
I'm out of lamp oil. We have food. We're going to run into food issues if we keep wandering around the forest.
Okay.
Do I want to go back into town? No.
Speaking of food, have you guys, did you have food for the last 2 days?
I have 7 days of food.
Okay. You do need to update your rations because it's been 2 days worth.
Nope. I've got no rations left now.
Oh, you,
Are you
okay.
out?
You,
It's been 2 days.
yeah,
Wow.
he ate his food in the 2 days. He's traveling lighter now.
Yeah. It's delicious, but food's gone as of tonight.
Let's go back. Let's go buy some supplies. We didn't think this through.
So can we come all the way up to the
The river?
river
Sure.
and then head?
Do you want to head to that furthest east farm and then up the river, or go north to here?
North of that one.
Is there
Okay.
a farm that's been attacked on our way?
From where you're currently at, no. At least the reports you had at town indicated the 3 farms that are around the mine, the western farm here, and then the most recent one was this one.
And we were at. This
You were
farm.
here.
Oh, we were here.
Okay.
And the tracks
You
went south,
got southeast.
southeast.
Now you guys are currently way over here.
Maybe they came up this way and they're coming from the mine. Either way, we got to go back to town and get supplies. If we're going into a mine, we need supplies.
Why don't we?
So
Okay, so you guys are gonna head up to the river and then back up to town.
yeah.
Okay.
And we're gonna every farm we go by on the way, we'll stop by and
Check.
check
Okay.
on the farm, make sure everybody's okay. If there's been any
So
signs or disturbances,
you get to this farm or place along the river. It is a farm as such, although it's also boat traffic supporting. It's one that you've seen going up and down towards Nuln. No sign of any disturbance here at all. Okay. Are you guys going to specifically travel along the river or head back in on the roads?
head back in on the roads.
Okay. The next farm that you pass by is this one over here by the town. That one, similarly, no sign of any activity or any damage or anything like that. Yeah. And then you guys get back a little bit after nightfall, back to town, to Griswold. What would you like to do?
Just hit it in.
Go
Okay.
to Slippery Eel and get another room.
Okay.
How
Okay.
long
2
do
rooms.
we think we'll be staying in this town?
Get enough supply. Well, in the town, who knows? But get enough supplies for a week.
Okay.
Because if we're in the mines a couple days, who knows?
I
If
believe
we're
it.
out in the
I
woods a
believe it
couple
was a
days-
silver for the night, for a room, 2 people per room.
Well, before we head out, I'm gonna see if
That's
I
gonna
can
be group fun,
commission.
right? When we stay in.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it that
Yeah,
way.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna see if I can find the.
Going back down.
No objection to you spending the money.
I'm gonna go check back up on Renata and Gorp.
Dwarves
make
that-
sure they're doing good.
I'm gonna see if
Yeah, they're doing fine. They're. You get back to the boat. They quickly. Gorp jumps off his chair, puts the beer bottle down. Oh yeah, we're doing fine. No problems here.
You're gonna come back to Little Gorp soon.
You know you're allowed to have fun, right?
Yeah.
You're not restricted. There's not really job restrictions.
Okay. He picks the beer bottle back up.
Yeah.
Somebody has never been an employer before.
You want to come with us?
Next
tomorrow?
thing we
Do
know,
you
we
wanna-
find the
Would you
boat
like
half
to come
sunken.
with us tomorrow?
On fire.
Yeah, on fire.
What would we be doing?
We're looking for a horse. We're trying to help farm people. Do you have any tracking skills?
No,
Taller than
No.
no.
Would you like
you.
to
Got
come
100
though?
pounds on you.
It's up to you. You want me to come? I'll go along. But oh, there was some guy in town like yesterday. He stopped by. He was asking about you guys.
Really?
Yeah, he rode in on a horse.
That's
I saw him. He was staring at the boat, and I told him to move on. None of his business and everything. He sort of smiled at me and then rode off.
oh well. Then tomorrow you and Renata will come with me.
Or we
Oh.
with him, or did he just go somewhere?
I'm assuming everybody's.
Did he have a big hat?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Did he have a lot?
I whisper in your ear.
A large vest? No, not that I saw. He had like an overcoat on.
Oh.
Had some sort of a badge of office. I don't know. I didn't recognize it.
Well,
Was he by himself?
Hey, Dad.
Yeah. I mean, he headed over to the tavern. Looked like there were several other people he was talking with.
all right. Well, Gorp, I think. Yeah, thank you. You can go
I
back
wonder if it's the same person.
drinking your beer if you'd like.
It's a whole different witch hunter.
There's. Shh. We're on the boat.
Yes, with everybody else.
With Gorp.
With Gorp. And everybody else. And Renata.
Well,
Hey, Dad.
Shut up. Shut.
Dad.
We all go
Dad.
whisper together at the far end
No,
of
you
the boat.
didn't say that.
I
So,
just said that.
Okay.
now you said that after this.
Max encumbrance. Like what
3
happens-
times your encumbrance level.
Yes. What? the max encumbrance is 8 for me, and it says on your total 16.
That's double your
So you're double encumbrance.
double income. That's where you get penalties. It is between 8 and 16.
Yep.
There's 1 point of movement so
And
1
10
meter,
points of agility.
and
That's
10
right.
points of agility. So you've got to be encumbered
Yeah, I'm at.
because you're in heavier armor than I
If
am.
you're at 16, counting all your gear and everything, then yeah, you're at minus 10 agility, which reduces your defense and slows you down.
If you get a
Where-
candle, you're
So we,
super encumbered.
Yeah.
Where-
between. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Ben.
Where in armor does that affect the encumbrance value?
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna see if I can go around town finding a smithy to price
Just-
out an idea I have.
Ben,
Okay.
I want to
just your armor
create a
makes
shield
you encumbered.
with maybe a little bit less intricate, but that design
I
kind of
did
like
look
a
at the chart
Sigma
earlier.
right shield.
You have AC
with
20, right?
a symbol like Twin Hills Comet.
I thought you had full plate.
It's
No.
kind of like a portable
Okay, never mind.
lantern. The middle part of the shield has the room for oil and can be lit to not light the shield on fire, but effectively provide a portable lamp.
Okay. The town blacksmith pauses in the horseshoes he's making to listen to your idea and your design. He's very intrigued by it. About halfway through, you realize you've completely lost him as far as his skill level to be able to do that. When you're done describing it, he suggests something that fancy might require the master artisans at Nuln, or you might even want to try some of the elven craftsmen to get that fancy.
So between his description of witch hunters, the one I've seen, his description of the witch hunter, and Gorp's description of the witch hunter, I'd like to go up to the tavern.
Okay, now specifically, he's given you 2 different descriptions of witch hunters.
2 different people.
Yes.
Look for the new lot of guns and
The one that Gorp has described doesn't match either of those 2. Okay. The ones he saw, one was traveling by coach, heavily armed with pistols. One was traveling with a armed military force.
Yeah, that was the other one.
And this one apparently was riding a horse.
Gotcha. And that horse is not.
You gotta watch the
Was not Moses.
Well, it's not here. Like I'm not seeing it.
It's not out on the street.
You said there was only a couple in town, so it's like that's what.
It's not out on the street. It might be in the stables. The witch hunter might still be here, assuming it's a witch hunter.
Then I
I
will.
got through the video.
I'm gonna wander to the stables.
I saw through that.
All the
Keep
way
it
back to the
distracted.
farm.
No, it's at the stables at the farm. There's stables here in town.
Okay.
He thought I was going back to
I was
the,
like,
the
what are you
farm
doing
to the
there?
stables.
Right.
I'm gonna go to the stables in town.
Okay.
See if I see something.
Just poke around.
See if there's something a little higher class than this.
Okay. No, there's not currently any high class type horses or anything like
Nothing
that.
doesn't look like it belongs here.
No, no, other than the local ones, yeah.
Okay.
He's toying with us.
All right.
He's toying with you.
I will. We'll get rooms for the night, the rest of the night, because you said it was dark when we got
Yeah,
here,
it was
right?
it was fairly late.
Yeah. So we'll get rooms for the rest of the night, and hit up some quick shopping in the morning, grab some lamp oil and the things we need, and then
Okay.
head back out. Yeah. Are we gonna go directly to the tower then, or are we going to try to go back into the woods?
Tonight?
No, tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay.
But which one?
Actually, I don't think we should go to the woods. I have a sneaking suspicion it's coming from the mines.
Yeah, we need. I mean, I think we should go directly to her tower
I was gonna say, I feel like we're
and find
wasting.
out her side of the story. Why not?
We're
Okay.
wasting a lot
Yes,
of
I know.
time.
I'm
we
all
don't know
for
her.
that. That's fine. I'm happy to burn a heretic.
Presumably
Maybe
we're-
that was the priest of Nuln.
Maybe.
He wasn't. I mean, he looked different. Did he? I mean, he Gorp. Did he look like a priest? Did he have vestments or anything like that?
We had a badge of office. I don't know what it was.
Well, let's go for it. Go to sleep and then let's move on.
Was it a
Presumably.
Yeah.
Presumably we're sleeping in the inn.
So what's your
I'm
fifth?
sleeping on the boat.
The wizard, yeah.
I'll sleep at the inn and I'll try and make a show with my entertaining. I have entertained taunt, so I'd kind of like to make some money from comedian.
Okay.
That's my gist of what I'm trying. I'm just trying to make some spare cash.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an entertain roll.
Sing us a dirty limerick, man. Let's
I
go.
feel like I should get a pick just in case.
a pig?
Pick.
Oh, okay.
112.
Going to the mind.
Okay. You score a shilling above your drinking expenses as you entertain the crowd, telling them great stories, drawing lots of attention to yourself. By late evening, almost all the town is talking about you. The rest of you get a good night's sleep. In the morning, everybody is rested, recovered, and I understand you're going to get some basic supplies. You can purchase lamp oil, food, whatever other mundane, common things you want
You need some rest.
at the list price.
Do we have a list for those sort of things? Because I'm looking at equipment and gear. It's not on here.
Wait.
It's not on there?
No, rations, bedrolls, stuff like survival stuff isn't on here.
Okay.
Their picture. They don't
gotcha.
have pictures of me yet, right? I'm not wanted yet.
You know.
I don't know.
I'm more or less talking to you. I'm not wanted yet, correct? There weren't pictures of my
Have you been
head.
traveling with him?
Lamp oils, 2
Yeah, but they
There-
don't know
there
I'm
you go.
specifically traveling with
2
him.
copper.
Well,
They've never seen me.
the show they probably saw
You want a tent?
Well,
No, mainly a bedroll.
Bedroll and
Okay.
6. So 6 copper.
Copper.
Yeah.
here's the memento.
What's the bulk?
0.
I
Oh,
have it.
1. Encumbrance 1.
One in copper.
Yeah.
Oh, you have it?
This is mine.
Get yourself a pencil.
I got this.
Yeah,
I got my own.
and Jennifer let him buy a book.
No, Jennifer brought me a book.
Oh, bought him
I
a
was at
book.
work and she sent me a picture of it. And she goes, I know what you'd like to see a picture of, and sent me this. And I was like, yeah! You just made my day.
And everybody at work said, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, I'm a weirdo, and they all know it already. It's fine.
We all know you're a geek.
That's right. And I'm
Buying a
alright
lot
with
more
that.
stuff, but I don't know what the price is off the list for me.
What else do you need? Lamp oil or what?
I need lamp oil. How much are each lamp oil?
Two.
Brass.
2
brass,
brass.
yeah.
Okay, 2 brass. A bedroll.
Bedroll is 6.
6 brass.
Yeah.
That's a basic bedroll, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? Can I just get a nicer one? I have the money.
Oh.
Well, is it available here in town?
No.
That's the question.
No, they don't.
That's fine. Isn't this the town that had all the weirdly above
No.
average?
No,
stuff?
that was the
No,
previous
That's
town.
what we got
okay.
the cold.
We passed that a while ago.
This is a small village.
And rations, a day's rations.
No one could
I was gonna
no one
get,
could outclass by
Like, several days
bedroll.
rations.
I take it we're gonna.
Not gonna try.
I take it we're gonna. end up in
1
gold.
day of rations is 2 brass.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
And the brass is how many?
So
How many brass is that? Okay. So I get
That's one.
towards 6 days of rations for a silver.
I'll do that, Kevin.
I'm assuming it's 0 encumbrance.
Rations? Yeah, it says 0.
You see, if you want to outclass yourselves, we can buy a tent.
I take it we're gonna end up in
you
gold.
mock. I mean, little 2-person tents don't take up a lot of room.
2 bulk.
Are we going to
Well,
end
2
up in gold?
encumbrance points on bulk, but
If I take out my bedroll and that's it, I actually have 2 encumbrance that I can
Okay.
spare. I went through the math again and I only am at 14, not 16.
You're still penalized. It starts at 8.
Yeah, anything above 8, you're penalized.
You would be negative 20 if you went over 16.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier.
It's a drawback of heavy armor.
You're just less close
Okay.
to being negative.
So you guys are then going to head
Right to the tower or the mine, guys? Which one?
at the same location.
Yeah.
Right, which one are we
Let's
gonna
go. Let's go to the tower first.
Yeah, the tower to get maybe. So the wizard will let us in.
I have a question about my hammer.
Right.
We've never really discussed it, but when I put it away, does the fire
Yeah,
still
just doing that.
go?
Mhm.
It does.
Mhm.
You want
So how do I actually put it away, or am I forced to carry
It
this
doesn't
fire?
burn.
One right now. I'll take a
one
second.
gold is
It just glows.
is 2.
Well, it burns with green fire that doesn't shed heat.
Okay.
I don't have a lot of my money left.
So you put it in its loop on your back
I
and
have
it's just
green
burning.
Fire. Oh man, no wonder everybody thinks I'm a fucking nerd.
How much brass?
But to you, it's cool.
How much
I know. It is cool. I don't care what. It is cool. It's just. Oh.
Yeah, everywhere you go, you have this green flame.
Yeah, but you said it changes.
It changes based on the situation
Yeah.
and the whim of the Chaos Gods, i.e. me.
When that witch hunter shows up, that thing's just
I
gonna.
wasn't 100% sure whether or not you said silver or brass.
Yeah.
It's not me, I promise.
If that lamp oil is 2 silver, not 2
Ooh.
brass. Sorry.
No
Your
worries.
bread wool is
There goes a
6
gold.
silver, not
Wow.
6 brass.
Those are expensive.
It said D on the other ones, and I didn't
Right.
know what D was, but this one is just a line.
Yeah, I went to look at the buy supplies and I
How
was
much,
like, well,
what'd you say? What was the other correction?
6 for the
bedroll
6
is
shillings
6
for the
shillings,
bedroll,
6 silver.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry, guys.
which is why you
No,
didn't
you're
have
fine.
one beforehand
Yeah.
because they're not cheap.
Yeah, I'm good now.
Hey, at least not affecting all the light sources you hold.
But that bedroll gives you a plus 20 for endurance test
Oh, nice.
and resist cold exposure
Mhm.
when you're resting. So
That compensates for the armor.
Same.
Nice.
Mhm.
do we want to hire a scout?
Yeah, I think it's a good. Well, we're not going into the woods.
In case we go into the woods, because knowing us, we're probably going to go into the woods again.
Well,
Didn't you
local
say the
scout. How many?
Yeah, I know.
How
That's,
many-
that's why I
you
was
want a daily
asking.
cost or you want a weekly cost? Because I'm already looking at it.
Yeah, I was
I
looking
get
at it,
that.
too.
Didn't you say something bad happened to your last scout?
For a local scout, daily cost is 15 D, so 15 copper. Is that right? Is that what
Yeah.
D is?
Yes.
Okay. A weekly cost is 10 silver.
But a quick job's 5.
Right. But it isn't like we're going to be back in one day. I'm pretty sure.
Are we gonna have to give him a share of the loot if there's any loot?
No, we just hired him to. We just pay him.
Okay.
You gotta share a loot.
I'm totally fine with it. I just
Can we find someone that's willing to go into the woods?
You may charm test.
maybe
Who's got the best charm? 'Cause
maybe
43?
you could hire one of the dwarves.
Oh, the dwarves want nothing to do with us at all, until
There
we
you
can
go.
clear their
Hey,
name.
let's take that piece of rebar and go look at go to the dwarves and ask them.
We should let the wizard.
Oh yes.
Huh?
We should let the wizard take it to him. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay. Yeah, no, I will. I'll take it to him. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Giselle says, "I'll do it."
I'm gonna go ahead and write this off of my inventory
Okay.
unless you want me to keep it on there.
No, I'll take
Okay.
it. I'll take it down with me.
Okay.
And I'll buy another cask. You know what? 2 casks.
Okay.
So that's 8 silver instead of 4 silver for the cask. So.
Yep.
All right. The metal bar, and I'll head down that way.
Sorry,
While
but
I'm
that
in
may not
town,
be the greatest.
Okay.
I'm
idea.
going to
Something
get a chain,
air-
A chain.
air
chain.
fly.
Okay.
and I want to chain my
Thinking
my.
that
It
bullet
isn't theirs.
to
I
my
don't think
side.
it's theirs. I'm asking them to help me identify.
Okay.
That's what I'm
Sure.
doing. But
2 brass
well,
Cool.
all right, I'll head down there.
for a wallet chain for your book.
Basically, yeah.
I understand the concept.
I will show back. Hello, my stout brothers.
Okay. You come along. They pretty much do similar to previous.
there's 2 casks.
When they see the 2 casks, they seem to get a little bit more friendly. They quickly split into 2 groups, carry the casks off.
Yes.
They start drinking while you go talk to the boss again. Are you the only one here?
Yeah, I'm the only one.
Okay.
So I'm going to. I'll walk in and I'm going to tell them the few things that we did find.
Okay.
That is, again, still, it's just more proof that it isn't you guys. These boot marks are far too small to be you guys with your sturdy legs. Because I suck up like crazy.
Okay.
And then I said, but we did find this, and this is what we believe killed the little girl and the cow just lately. And I know this isn't dwarven work. This is too ugly to be dwarven work, but I was hoping you could identify what it might be.
Give me a charm test.
I actually made that, you asshole.
Hey, reroll! Okay, that's better.
'Kinslayer.
96. Not even 100.
I lost that a couple of days ago in a little girl. How dare you
Trying
insult
to make
us?
some beef jerky.
Hey, you want some more ale?
How much beer do they have in town? So what'd you get?
96.
96 total?
Yeah.
Okay. He looks at it, studies it for maybe half a heartbeat or so, drops it on the ground, spits on it, and steps on it and says, "No dwarf made this. This is goblin work."
I knew it. I knew it. You were so smart. Thank you. All right, so we know it's goblins. Are you willing to come help us stop the goblins, or are you still gonna let me take my crew into the woods on our own to cut these bastards down?
Well,
Burp.
I suggest you take this to the sheriff with the other information you have and clear our names.
All right, I will do that. I wanted to be sure that this was goblin work and not orc. I was sure you were right. Okay, I will. I'll bring 3 barrels the next time I come back.
Okay.
Not.
You figured out our pattern.
Yep. I got it off.
27 barrels.
I'm just a dwarf at that point. My name's Gurdinson. So I'm gonna go to the sheriff next. And,
Okay, you're still by yourself at this point.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm just gonna peek in the sheriff's office. Do I see a horse outside? Do I
No.
see anybody else in there with them? Anything like that? No.
Nope. Sheriff and his 2 deputies are in there. He's currently sitting there, just chatting with them, just talking about things and so forth, talking about all these problems, wondering if you guys are ever going to come back to town, if you got killed, you wandered off, got bored, etc.
Sheriff.
He looks up to, oh,
Hey.
you're back.
We are. I am. I don't know.
Where's the rest of your crew?
Well, some of them are picking up some more lamp oil. We burned through that in the night because, man, it got creepy up there at night. I understand why only 3 of you can't,
Yeah,
can't be out there patrolling at night for sure.
yeah, the wilds of the Empire are dangerous places.
Yeah.
There was word that there was a bonfire out in one of the farmsteads.
I got smudges on my clothes and everything. It's horrible. So yeah,
There was somebody in town looking for you guys.
Yeah, might have been my brother. What's his name? Was it Joseph?
No, it said his name was no.
My brother.
Heinrich.
Heinrich. Oh.
Heinrich.
Did he say what business he had? If he was looking for us to ship some things?
No, he seemed pretty cagey. He said he was on here from official crown business. Had all the right paperwork. I told him you guys had headed south towards the mine.
Yeah.
He said okay, he'd look you up when he had the opportunity.
Oh, good. Good. Oh. If you see him when we were going to head back up towards the mine, we went to Smith's farm, and our priest. When the bonfire that you heard about was the priest performing the last rites for the child that was killed. So, well, we inspected the cow, and the child both had stab wounds, not and slashes, not bludgeoning as you would expect from the cagey dwarves downtown being all drunk and stuff. But
she been sliced, you say?
yeah, they've been sliced, and the footprints that we found that were headed into the woods, they weren't dwarf prints. They were much smaller, and they were booted, most of them.
That's interesting.
And we found this, and I pulled the sword out and I set it down in front of him. I said, "This is definitely not dwarf work. I've seen these before. This is greenskin. This is goblin."
Goblins. Well, yeah, but what about those dwarven runes inscribed everywhere?
You know, I don't feel those are dwarven runes either. I think that's just the graffiti the dwarves, not the dwarves, the goblins.
Wait a minute.
Aha!
I feel like it's either the goblins trying to frame the dwarves to keep themselves out of the spotlight, or it's just so gobbledygooked on the wall that it resembles the runes, but I don't think it is. I've seen dwarven runes, and I really don't think these are it. You know, I am a learned man and can read and all. So,
Well, what do they say?
well, that's what I'm saying. They don't say anything in dwarven. It's got to be goblin because it isn't human and it isn't dwarven.
I don't know if I buy that.
And the dwarves, they're just drunk. I don't know. I understand their problems.
Give me a charm test with a +20.
Like it's alcohol.
Greenskins.
Well, because all the evidence is mounting towards it being the greenskins, it's easier to convince people when you have the evidence.
87.
87? No, this other stuff seems circumstantial.
Okay.
From all the reports I've gotten, these are dwarven runes. I mean, I grant maybe this sword wasn't a dwarf, but I mean, look at the rust on it. This thing might have been out there for weeks. Who knows?
But the edge is sharp. That's the weird thing. Like, the edge has been sharpened. This isn't...
Well, yeah, but people get cut on rusty metal all the time.
Well...
Tell you what, you get a translation of these, get some certification that this is not dwarf,
Okay.
and maybe I'll listen to you.
I know you don't trust the dwarves, so is there someone else in town that might be able to decipher? Because we took notes of what these look like. Is there someone else in town that could look at them? That you know of? Because I know you won't trust the dwarves. I can take it to the dwarves, but they're going to be like, no.
You want to have that dwarven leader come here and tell us. You got enough information here, I'll at least listen to him.
Okay.
There seems to be some indication it's not, but you're not making a compelling enough argument for me right now.
Okay.
That was pretty compelling, though.
Just say he was found in the child's corpse.
No. I'm not going to lie to him.
It's what the dwarves told me.
Yeah.
They called it Kinslayer.
There's dwarf spit on this blade.
That's right. What about this dwarven boot print on the blade?
Right. Okay. Well, I will see if I can get him to come up here, and all you need him to do is to tell you that it isn't that it is a dwarven runes, or
A dwarven word. Dwarves are known for their strong word. If he vows, as far as what the translations are, then with the rest of this, I probably have to buy it.
and if he can't translate it because it's not dwarven, same deal.
Well, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. If they aren't dwarven runes,
If there's goblins, I kind of curious what they're trying to say.
yeah, because goblins are dumb, right?
Not that I've ever heard.
Oh, I don't know.
You said you met goblins before.
I have met goblins. I met a 3-legged goblin. He was straight chaos.
It's true.
Yeah.
I didn't want nothing to do with him. Didn't seem like he was intelligent at all. He was just
Slippery pencil.
Whoopsies. All right, so I will bid him adieu, and I go back to the group, and I'm gonna let them know this is the situation I'm in. It's either I get the dwarf to come down and do it, or we try to figure out how to decipher this because we can't. Nobody recognizes it, right? And
Giselle?
What?
Giselle's got it written down, but nobody recognizes it.
I do have language battle.
No, it's not battle language.
Or
Well,
in
I'm
class.
not lying.
It's not classical either.
Is it a mix of both?
No. Battle language technically is required in order to discuss with the group in combat.
Oh yeah, but it's also the language of warriors. And tactics and
It
stuff
is,
also.
but it's intended as a shorthand, which mechanically means when you're in combat, you can actually discuss plans with somebody else who has battle language, as opposed to you're supposed to just not say anything. You just take your action.
Was the symbol that was on the sign the same as this? Was it very similar? To
Yes.
The symbol? So it looks like the same symbol over and over again.
Same word or phrase, yes.
Warning, this is our language.
How about this? I can read Goblin.
Yeah.
It says we did it. And it says we did it.
So I don't think the sheriff's dumb. Like, he seems pretty smart, even for a yokel. Like, we're no longer in the. I'm not in the.
He's not. Yeah, I know you're not in the sheriff's, but you're back. You're back in the boat talking with the group.
I'm not Barney Fife talking to him here. So, hey Gorp, you know how to speak Goblin?
No,
I don't think he does.
he does
What
not.
about Renata?
No.
Darn. Well, that's about all my crew can do.
Hey.
Wait, what's your name? Pat?
Friedrich.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who's
Friedrich.
Heinrich? Do we know a Heinrich? I feel like I've heard the name.
We
but-
have.
We
He
have
might be.
Heinrich.
He might be in one of the letters too.
Who has it?
I do.
Heinrich von Liechtenstein.
Alright, and you're the only one who can look through them.
I could technically. But
Never trusted it.
Let's see. Elvira.
Yeah,
Alright.
magic doors.
that's fine. Just remember that in combat then. Trust goes both ways.
He can cauterize everybody's wounds.
Last time
Lamp
we did that-
oil.
If it is, it's not in one of these notes.
Oh,
I'll get my book of nerds. What was it called? What was his name?
Heinrich.
Heinrich. Just a number of NPCs.
And he was on business from the crown.
Could have been a
Wait a minute. He was on
bartender.
business from the crown, not necessarily witch hunters.
Yeah.
So business from the crown. We've had contacts with the crown before.
Mm-hmm.
Well, business from the crown, business from the church. The church stands with the crown.
They're effectively kind of one and the same.
Right, but
They're definitely line clipping. The Bogenhaven priesthood, remember, they gave us permission to leave town with haste because they knew we were innocent, but they couldn't prove it.
if it's on anything, it's on me.
There.
Oh, you think that's it? Oh, you're wrong.
we get to fear that again.
Fucking Fez right here. Wolfgang.
What's
Well,
that?
no, that's forever ago. Those guys hosted.
Are we gonna end up going to Nótt?
No. Well,
What?
yes.
No,
Yes.
yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I may be able to get my field. Great.
In a while.
Yeah. Once this is
That's like that's all.
mini individual
There's a lot of damage.
because
If I ever
I feel
can
like
actually
having-
successfully cast Sigmar's
having
Hammer,
the symbol
Uh-huh.
of Sigmar
It's plus
as a giant
40
glowing
damage.
shield
Uh,
might help.
40
or plus, I would say plus 40 points. Of
plus
skill.
8 damage.
No, it's in regular Warhammer,
Uh-huh.
it's your fellowship bonus, so it'd be plus 4 damage. So
Right, so it's effectively a plus 20 attack bonus.
yeah, is that what you want to turn?
Yeah, that's,
Okay.
that's what it equate to, which is still massive.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the equivalent of a plus 4 sword in Pathfinder.
Nope, I got nothing. Got nothing.
Okay.
Was it the
So let me
was it the head priest in from Bogenhofen?
Maybe? Was that your head priest at Bogenhofen?
Wait, no, that was Franz. No, that was Franz because
Yeah.
we had our whole conspiracy thing
Yeah.
with the rat catcher.
It was the same
The
guy.
tavern
Yeah.
and the high priest. It's all the same person.
A lot of Wait, back to the video. First you touch right?
So,
Yes.
Yeah, I think we're just out of luck, guys.
yeah, that's fine. Moving on.
Um,
I'm getting really bored. I want to move on.
If we go to a mine,
So
we'll probably
nobody
be
in
there.
town, no linguistics, any of the people I could find in this shady town
Let's
to
just go
translate
talk
that.
to the dwarf. They seem
It's not a big, not that big of a town.
Yeah.
About
Well,
the loons.
The,
You talk
the
to
town, the town's on a downward trajectory already.
Yeah, everybody's leaving. So he told us he told that guy we were headed to the tower and the mines. Let's go to the tower and the mines.
Yeah, let's go to the tower. Maybe we'll ask the priestess there, or the wizard,
maybe
whatever.
maybe she's having problems.
Yeah.
Maybe she gives a whole different side of the story.
Actually,
Turns out that's just where Giselle is.
All right, we're out. We're heading out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys got your supplies.
Yep.
Everybody got everything they need?
Bedroll, 6
Yep.
days of ration.
Okay.
Okay. So you taking Gorp and Renata?
I'm gonna probably take Gorp, leave Renata,
Okay.
and then tell Renata that I'm leaving the boat in her trust, and I have full trust.
I get the
that
boat.
You are responsible, for it. And I
I know
have,
that's like a fortune.
Help.
I have full trust that you are able to manage this. Can I trust you?
Of course.
Okay.
So she
I'll
seemed like
leave-
she's lying.
She starts pulling the mooring lines off.
Actually,
No.
okay. All right, I'll take Gorp with us.
Okay. So you bring Gorp with you, and are you bringing Giselle?
He's had plenty of opportunities to smoke.
Are we rolling?
Probably.
Okay.
I haven't even left her behind before, so I'd probably say she's with us.
Okay. You guys start heading out of town.
That's confusing.
Near the outskirts of town, you see a band of 5 dwarves at the entrance to town, sort of blocking the road.
What are they playing?
Abandoned.
They are armed with hammers, crossbows, shields, etc. Look to be fairly poor quality. They don't look friendly. They're sort of glaring at you guys.
I'll get my shield out, just in case.
Okay?
Crossbow fire.
These are dwarves,
Dwarves.
Dwarves.
and they're
They're-
heading out of town too.
No, they're standing on the road that leads out of town.
Huh.
Okay,
Okay.
let's go.
Okay?
And as I walk up, I'm like, "Hey, brothers."
Okay. As you guys are, start to approach, they pull out their weapons.
I'm gonna look. I'm not gonna look at them. I'm gonna start looking to the sides
Okay?
and see if there's somebody else like guiding them. To the
Rest
side.
of the rest of the street seems
Do they
empty.
look similar to the one? Do I recognize any of them from down?
Yes.
What's the problem, guys?
So what is it, gentlemen? Are you here to help us?
They sort of grumble and glare at you. They say something in their language, which I don't think any of you understand.
What language is it?
Dwarvish.
Oh,
Do you speak Dwarvish?
of course I do.
I feel
Okay.
like that's
Just
not
gore.
One of them steps forward, sort of waves his hand at him, says something, grumbles something back out to him. They sort of quiet down and says, "So, heard you guys put in a good word with the sheriff for us.
Yeah,
Heard you're heading up to the mine.
we are.
You're gonna reclaim it for us dwarfs, right?
That's the plan.
Okay. These 4 here want to sign up with you.
All right.
I was thinking
You got somebody who can command them?
Everybody turns and looks at the soldier.
wow, an opportunity that we've been waiting for you to take.
They're offering you a squad of 4 dwarven soldiers. They are minors as far as background, but they effectively recruits starting off that would qualify for your squad if that's what you want.
Strong
Should
little
you be
fighters.
leading miners in battle?
This isn't your thing. Shush.
Okay.
Let him figure it out.
They're offering their axes, hammers, and crossbows
I mean,
to work with you. They've heard around town there's greenskins, and they want to get back at the greenskins, and they want to reclaim their gold.
I kind of want to just
Oh, that's humans.
keep the ones that
So
maybe-
you're going to turn them away?
Well, they can come with us.
This is the
I
last.
just don't want to have them as my permanent recruits.
Hold on a second. From player to player.
This is
So you've already rolled up characters, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Sure.
pre-made troops.
But you haven't had the opportunity to get them, correct?
Yeah, I'm.
Here is your opportunity with no effort on your part to get your squad.
I'm giving you the option, your choice. You can either wait and eventually get your crew that you've rolled up, or we can roll up 4 dwarves that qualify as your recruits as well.
I would take the dwarves in a hot second, man.
Dwarves
Think about this. I'm a regular human, and you see what I can do with that giant hammer. Now imagine 4 of me, but even stronger and tougher.
Dwarves are better than humans.
You would be silly
Of course
to turn
we
us
are.
down. You'd be silly to turn us down. Absolutely silly to turn us down.
I'll go with whatever you want to as a character. I'm giving you the option in a story situation.
And we're going to go fight.
The dwarves will join you.
Let them
If
fucking
you,
die.
if you, well, and that's certainly viable, at which point you can always replace them with other recruits. The difference being with a human squad, you have a group of 6. With dwarves, you only need 4.
Far less for you to manage, and less cost.
Except for the ale.
Not helping.
Us short shanks gotta stick together.
You're not a
Well-
dwarf.
No, but I'm 5'3", so I'm short.
You're still 1.5 feet taller than all of them.
Yeah.
Okay? It's up to you if you want dwarfs versus the other humans. And again, there's no guarantee when you're going to be able to get the other ones.
Probably.
Okay?
Guy's almost 6 feet tall.
You don't want them?
Dude, take them. We can take them to the mine with us.
I think you're overthinking it. This is like your
You can leave
key
'em.
opportunity. And if you don't take them, I'm gonna take them as my crew.
Yeah, I'll hire the damn.
No.
No,
They're,
no.
they're not
No, then
interested.
I won't do it.
They're not. They're here to fight.
Yes.
They want to hire on with the group, and they will serve as foot soldiers
Yeah.
under your direction. If you guys aren't interested in them, that's fine. They'll grumble and they'll leave. But otherwise, I mean, the whole idea from a game style is
Yeah.
you need recruits. Here's an option in the recruits. If you don't want them, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to take them. We'll work out the next arrangement that comes along in the storylines.
Why wouldn't you take them?
it's because because it's his preference. Okay, the group that, I mean, in this case, you guys have helped the dwarves. They're willing to help you, and 4 of them want to go kill greenskins.
Player to player, it's just that's basically re-rolling this really good rolled deck of recruits.
You also got to think in mind you don't know what you're going to get in the future. Also,
Yeah.
I would honestly take them, but
By the way,
that's me.
A bird in the hand is worth 6 dwarves in the bush.
Not picking right now. They're working on it.
Fine.
It's your call.
It's not a fine. Can I hire them?
No?
Damn.
I already tried that. I said if he doesn't.
Yeah,
get
but
it
you're hired as bow crew. I'm actually hiring these fuckers as soldiers.
No,
Sigmarite priest dwarf.
Why not?
no,
If you go look at the lore of the Sigmarite, right, the whole Sigmarite religion is based off of a sacrifice by the dwarves.
Mm-hmm.
So it absolutely would make sense that dwarves would be highly entwined into the Sigmarite religion.
correct. The idea here is it is a particular need of the soldier. You need to have recruits. You've wanted to continue the soldier. I'm giving you the option. You can wait if you want, if you don't want dwarves.
Let's go.
You seem to have blessed rolls as it is. What makes you think you're not going to roll just as well
My
on the
dad
4?
rolled this.
Okay.
There you go.
If your dad's already planned this, he probably has 4 fucking character sheets ready to hand you.
I do not right now because
I was trying to give you the benefit of the
Okay,
doubt.
well, that's
So,
helpful, but no, I do not have them.
motivate him.
I do not currently have them available because I didn't know when you guys were going to reach this stage.
I'm still gonna hang on to these because these are really good rolled recruits.
Okay, well, and my point being, when we rolled those, as I cautioned you, there's no guarantee those are the recruits you're going to get. Okay?
Yeah,
Called a
those would
bait
be
and switch.
options if I need to get more recruits. basically.
Okay.
Different options.
So, they hire on for you. Now, as long as they get to kill greenskins, they tell you they do not require pay until the mine has been reclaimed.
Are they all? What are they wearing?
Leather.
Okay.
They're poor soldier or poor miners that don't have much.
Could we go and get them weapons? Real
Yeah,
legit weapons?
You could.
I've already gone out and
Do they,
did the stuff for the 6. I
Do
can
they
just
carry the
lower
same
it down to
stereotypes
4.
about the rest of the dwarves hate wizards?
No.
It's about
No,
gutters,
'cause
that
you're gonna
stuff.
have to-
These guys seem to
You
be
don't have that okay.
more open-minded,
Okay.
but they do have stereotypes and so
Okay,
forth.
yeah. Okay.
So we'll
So-
deal with that.
Yeah,
Quick
so
question.
we'll deal with that when that comes, but.
So they're going to be my recruits until we reclaim the mine.
No, they're going to be your recruits until you get rid of them or they die. You don't have to pay them as long as they each get to kill some greenskins.
Well, there are no greenskins.
Then you get to pay them. They've heard around town that goblins are the cause of the problem. They hold a grudge against goblins, so they're willing to kill goblins in exchange for being paid and reclaiming their mine.
Are any of you trackers? Or do you have a tracker within your company?
No. All 4 of them are experienced miners.
Giselle is an experienced tracker.
She is.
And that got us lost in the woods for a
No,
day.
that was me.
Giselle rolls better than him.
Oh, we,
Okay, well, hold on.
So,
we have 3 options in front of us, guys. As far as I can see, if it doesn't matter whether we take the dwarves or not for the 3 options. We go into the woods looking for the greenskins again. We go to the mine or we go to the tower. If 2 of those 3 options, I think would be happy with the dwarves. The 3rd option, going straight to the tower, may or may not.
She's not gonna probably be happy with the dwarves, and the dwarves aren't gonna allow us to.
what you need at the tower?
To negotiate with
Well,
her.
just get rid of her because if it's your mine, she's got to leave.
Yeah.
The wizard?
Yeah.
She left town like 3 months ago.
What?
Did she?
Yeah.
We were told she was down in the tower.
We're told she's still here.
No. maybe a month or so ago. A bunch of travelers came in. She left with them.
Do you know if you went north or south or
No idea.
no idea? Gotcha. Well, then
Ever since then, I mean, a couple of weeks later, that's when the problems started.
Wait, why don't you have the mine back then?
because that's when the problem
Be-
started.
yeah, that's when the problems started.
Oh,
The
so
town's been accusing us ever since then.
So you guys aren't working the mine because there's problems at the mine, not because there's a
Well-
legal issue?
There is a legal issue.
Right, they still
She's not around, so we can't address the legal issue.
Well, fair enough.
The town's been blaming us for all the problems, and when she was around, she didn't want to listen to us.
Okay.
And those tall people over in Nuln don't want to listen to any dwarven business, so we've been stuck in this. That's why we're so eager to crack some skulls and kill some greenskins.
Let's do it. Are you accepting their?
Yes,
their-
he said he was.
Okay. Let's not even go to the tower then. Let's just go to the dungeon.
The mines. Okay, well, according to them, the tower is just outside the mine.
Right.
Okay, it's all in the same area. The way they describe it, the road leads up to the mine openings or whatever, and outside there is where they built the tower, where this wizard wanted to have a residence.
I think we should go into the
Then
tower
after
and
her
see what
spell
we
wore off, they realized that she wanted the mine for some reason, most likely all the gold that's hidden in there, and they want it back.
Okay. I'm gonna pull you aside.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we just tell the sheriff the real reason why we're tracking her down? We think she's a fucking cultist.
No, because she's not here. If she's not here, we can go up there. We can prove she's a cultist. If she's not here, we'll go into her tower and we'll find the proof.
Okay.
We can see what she's been up to. Then the dwarves need to know that we're going to go by the tower before we go into the mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all in on finding proof that she tricked us.
Yeah.
If she's a witch or a wizard or something like that, she burns.